managed to get away from the House of Horrors and started to police up what we could. And we were going to originally go back to the farm where we had stashed the car that we'd been riding in. And luckily, I think it was Nick, noticed that there was a strangely colored cloud rolling towards us from the southwest, and ended up pretty sure it was some sort of either acid rain or a chemical attack or something like that. So we had to get out of there pretty quick, and um, through some lucky driving, we managed to get away and across a bridge to the south out of its path, and we managed to do that and get right into what should have been a town that ended up being a radioactive ruin of some sort, either from an errant tactical nuke or some sort of accident or something like that. So we all picked up some temporary rads there in the ongoing clown show that was the car ride last session. And we ended with us coming across a guy laying in the road, and after figuring out it wasn't some sort of trap or trick, he appeared to be some sort of doctor who had either been shot or wounded somehow and ended up dying right there on the road. But he had a journal or a log on him that detailed what sounded like a pregnant woman or a woman who was going into labor that he had just come from seeing either the day before or just prior to that. But Nick and Sergey were pretty adamant about going to check it out. Both of those guys, well, Sergey's own daughter potentially being in trouble, and Nick just being a good guy. Um, they wanted to go try and find this woman or these children and help them get to safety in some manner or another.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually sums it up. Um, Anyone want to add anything they recall or any personal insights character-wise? Um, we'll be starting this session with you guys having decided if I clarify this that you were going to help um, the supposedly pregnant woman named Susanna, who was a client of the doctor. The dead body you found, you presumed it was a doctor. There's one thing I do need to chat about. When you searched the body, unfortunately, that was Nick, I think it was, who actually searched the body, right? And he found the notebook with the addresses and such on it.
I believe so, yeah, because he was the guy who got out of the car.
Okay, there's a couple things that have come up. One of them is, to your surprise, the notebook, the doctor, he was very clever. And in his notebook, he used a pretty simple code because he realized that if this notebook fell in the wrong hands, that it could be used to find victims, innocent people. So he used code, and to your surprise, it was an old code from that rolled around in military circles in the back in the Cold War in the 70s, 60s and 70s. And you were able to, with time, I'm going to just say now, I'm retro playing this a little bit. Um, you've sat down and I don't know which one of you would have a background in this sort of field where you potentially would have to deal with code and so on. But you did manage to break the code because one of you had a background, sort of, and that's how you were able to find these different clients. And so you have the address and an idea of where this pregnant woman is. The other thing you found when you searched the body was the cause of death was a little intriguing. Um, Somebody had knifed the doctor in a very precise way. There was a clean incision uh, in the back that had apparently uh, cut into his organs. So he wasn't shot or something. Somebody had stabbed him in the back. Just
Yeah,
something you
yeah.
noted. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, that's kind of important.
And whoever did it knew what they were doing. Um, you guys had enough background in close combat and experience that you realized that it was a quick, real well placed blow. But the good doctor didn't want to die quickly enough, and either he escaped or was left for dead. He got on his bike and rode until he couldn't. He wiped out, then he got up and walked until he couldn't, and then you found him. So, just a couple house cleaning items to take care of. There was one other thing. Yeah, the code for the book was interesting. The doctor's death doesn't give you a good feeling. There's some guy out, a murderer out there. There's lots of them. This one seems pretty competent. And that's it, actually. So you guys are in your car, or you're on foot right now. Let's establish what we're going to do in the next shift. If you're going to make your way to this homestead, you predict that by car you could probably get there. You estimate under an hour. By foot, it would take you uh, a good part of a shift because you're going to be going off road into the back country. There's still roads and stuff, but it's going to be off road. So I'll let you guys begin. The weather has changed. I made some rolls, started the shift, and it's raining again. Yeah, and I'll put on some rain here. And dark and rainy. It is the second shift of the third day in our little campaign. Car is running decent. I think it's got 2 or 3 reliability. Yeah, what else is there to say? Actually, I think we're good.
Well, I know originally our issue was fuel, but we're actually that was one other thing we managed to do last session was grab some fuel from some of the wrecks that we'd found. So I don't think that's necessarily the same uh,
You have
concern
you have
that
16
we're
liters.
yeah. So I don't think we necessarily are gonna lose anything by using the car, other than if we run into problems with it breaking or something like that. But um, that's really, I think, more something a question for Sergey, since he's the the guy who is most invested in kids, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm. All right, so are you going to go on foot or are you going to take the car? Like you could stash the car and come back to it, is what I'm saying too, because you're kind of going on a little side adventure, so to speak.
Well, what's wrong
We
with
could.
going back to the car?
Pardon?
Well, what is wrong with going back to the car?
Uh, no, no, I meant, are you going to leave the car somewhere or take the car on this little journey? It doesn't matter.
Maybe
It's
we
up to you.
take the car. I mean, she's pregnant. We got a pregnant female.
Okay. All right. And you're going to
That's all.
see her, right? No, fair enough. It's not far in the car. Like I said, you could probably get there in less than an hour.
And if you don't want to use the lights, whoever wants to drive it, I've got NVGs.
I think it's still daytime, isn't it?
It is
You said it was
daytime.
dark. Oh,
No,
my bad.
no, it's just rainy and overcast, so that will affect
Okay.
visibility and so on.
All right.
I mean, I don't know why it went dark. Maybe I'll get the light out again. Should get light now. So I'm going to bring you to a slightly different map. Let me know if you can't see anything. Now you don't, of course, have this site. Can you guys see the map?
Said I
No, it's
don't
black.
have the token for it.
Oh, I see. Okay, give me 1 second. I think I know why. I have to turn off the... That should make a difference.
See it now.
Yeah, there we go.
I have a good map.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, satellite picture, right? Now you don't have this view, of course, but I'm just for benefit of doubt. This is kind of the terrain you're dealing with. It's there's towns and villages with intermittent forestry and such. You are right now. You are up here, and that's where the town of Miloun is, from the other map. And your plan is, if you go across country, of course, you have to make driving rules are going to be much more difficult, and you can damage the car, or you realize you can follow the roads. Now the address, you can either go through the village of Ruda over here by road, or you can, and then you can travel down from the north, and the farmstead, according to your address. Now, of course, visually you can't picture this, but it's in this area here. So you're looking over the fields and such, and you can see, ruined buildings and dark clouds gathering, and this drizzling rain. Thankfully, it's not. I pulled a card to see if it was bad rain, and it's not drinkable though. It smells bad and such, and maybe prolonged exposure in this rain might not be good for you. So you guys head off down the road. Now, do you want to go off road or stick to the roads?
I think sticking to the road's probably best unless somebody has a good reason.
Okay.
Driving a Yugo off-road in the rain is probably not the best.
You go.
Yeah, it'll be big penalty. Big penalty. And failure can result in getting stuck or wrecking it.
And we've pushed our luck with rally driving the Yugo so far. So
I can't believe how many pushes you made with that thing. But it's still going. All right, so anything you want to talk about before you get going? I need to know, I imagine, Sergey, you're going to be driving again? Because we just need to figure out what our roles are. Okay, who's going to be the spotter, if you have one? That's somebody who's actively looking out of the car.
I guess I could be the spotter sitting up front passenger.
And the other two can assist you. No, actually they can't. It doesn't work that way. The other two, you can either sleep in the car and get rest, but you won't have time, really. You figure you should be there pretty soon. It's not too far. Sergey, you have an idea of a few roadways around here, and you remember, this town of Mulan you're in, and so you're like, I think that address should be pretty close. So you put her in the gear and you start going. And we already ate and drank today, so we don't have to worry about that till the next day. Okay, so are we off? We start?
yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Anytime you want at this point, we're not in battle and stuff, you can role play or talk or just ask me questions, okay? That's always default. But you guys head down that road, and you're cruising down this road here, and yeah, sure enough, you hit an intersection, and you see a road sign that says there's a village of Ruda a couple kilometers ahead. So you guys proceed towards Ruda, and then once you are hoping that you'll hit this, there's supposed to be a railroad crossing, and then when you hit the railroad crossing, you can follow it to the right, and that's where you're going to have to go off road. You can only follow the road so long and then a lot of the roads are washed out and things, remember, and trees and all sorts of things. That's why even though there's little roadways and such, it's still off road. So I'm just drew Random encounters. Okay, so things are clear. The windshield wiper is doing a crappy job. It's like you're constantly fiddling with the windshield wiper and stuff, and you're trying to get the heat out of this car, and you're fiddling with that. Sergey, what 8-track do you have playing at the moment?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know. I'm short on ideas today.
Yeah,
Maybe Welcome to the Jungle.
Guns N'
Maybe it's
Roses.
actually really Guns N' Roses on this one. So it's just yeah.
All right. So you're in a rockin' mood. It's getting everybody's kind of. Yeah, this was they were big, number one chart-topping band when all this went down. Um, it happens to be, pardon me, Mike, Evan.
Yeah.
You're pretty sure it's your birthday today, if you got your days right, and it's in fact, it's July 4th in our little calendar.
Hey, Sergey, today's America's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, America! Yes,
Clint Eastwood #1.
yes. It's a big day. Forgot to get card. Sorry.
Have a swig of vodka. Sergey, by the way, I found the actual icons for cigarettes and put them into your character.
Oh, nice. Now I'm going to track those. So, all right.
All right, so I need a driving roll, and it's -1 because of the weather, and I also need a recon roll from whoever's spotting, and that's -3 altogether on the recon roll, 2 because you're in a car, and 1 because of the weather.
All right. So I did pick up another level in driving. So, but I am -1. So. Oh, okay.
Okay, so the Yugo, you have to weave out of some wreckage, and once in a while you have to stop and like cut a tree or something, or push something out of the way, a cart, and that's just kind of normal par for the course. And it's also an indication that nobody's driven through here for a while either, right? Like there's no tanks or nothing, so it looks like this road hasn't been used much for a long time. And you're going through the village of Ruda, and you're poking out the other side of your car, and Jesper,
Yep.
could I get a passive recon roll from you, please? All right, God, Jesus. So on your character sheet, Jesper's a bit of a learning curve. It's his first session and stuff too, so
You bet.
that's cool though. We're all here for you. So if you open up your character and you go to recon and just click on it, of course you'll do a recon skill check.
Yeah, I'm just yeah. Well, thanks for mentioning it. I'm really happy to be here, guys. You seem like a great crew, and I'm looking really forward to having some fun with you. But as Darren says, I'm pretty new at this, so at least in the on the net here. But when I go into the core set, Darren, I'm in the actors now. I should be able to find myself, right?
Correct. Yeah, and in the 2023 campaign file,
Of course.
if you open that, you should have your character, and I think you should be able to see him.
Yeah. It's fine. I'll give you a recon. Here we go.
Yeah, everybody, this is Jesper. He's from Denmark, and we got some Americans here and Brits and a really eclectic group.
And I made it. It seems.
All right. So Jesper, you hear a vehicle, and your experience, it's not like a heavy truck or something or a helicopter. It's a small vehicle, and it's coming down the road. But you're busy right now, Jesper. You've come upon a bit of a grisly scene, and the others will see this as their car comes around the corner. But what they see from their car is a large tree, a big old oak tree, and parts of it are burnt and scraggly, and somebody has hung two bodies from the upper branches of this tree. They're off the ground by about 7 meters in the air, and they're hung upside down by their ankles. And so you see their arms dangling down. You see that they've been stripped. They're wearing pants or the remains of pants, and might even be battle fatigues and combat boots they're wearing. One of them is bare feet. And you come around the corner, and you see this tree, this grisly sight, and you see this person who was about to. Now, Jesper,
Mhm.
you came upon this scene yourself.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. So I think, well, I break the bike. Actually, and take a quick look around. Do it. I know there's a vehicle somewhere, but there's nothing else, right? On the
Right.
wood.
And you
Yeah.
have a chance to scootle off if you want now, but you do see a car, and at one time it was white, but you can see that it's been spray painted and with all sorts of somebody's tried to camouflage it in different manners. And it's a small economy car, civilian vehicle.
That doesn't scare me yet. These guys, two males, I guess, hanging from a tree.
Hmm.
Is are they clearly dead,
Yes.
or they are
There
clearly
there was
dead?
there's a raven picking at one.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Well, just for, am I alone, or do I have my buddy with me?
Your buddy's with you.
My buddy's with me.
He's off a little ways, probably about 30, 40 meters. You saw him. He was kind of scouting to the right, in
Yeah,
through a field, and
yeah,
he gives out a little bark, bark, bark.
yeah. And I go down. Okay, hit the down, boy. And then I join him. Try to hide myself in whatever foliage there is, the bushes or something. I just want to look at this car. I mean, if they're dead, there's nothing to do, so I'll just hunker down, see what happens.
Okay, those in the car, you see a grisly sight, and you don't have to stop. You can just go by if you want or anything. It's not necessary you meet at this moment. And I know I'm metagaming a little bit here. I didn't play this quite the way I wanted to, but you'll have to bear with me. So I'll go back to the car. What do? You come around the corner, you see the tree. Um, you fortunately, they did spot you, Jesper.
Yeah.
Not your, yeah, they did. You see a figure. He was on a bike, and but you see that this guy on the bike, he does go to the right and head down a little trail and start to bike away. Something strange about him. He's you can tell he's got armband on one side. It's like a white armband, and you can clearly see like a red symbol on it. And you recognize a universal symbol of first aid, a red cross.
You guys see that guy on the bike? I kind of slapped the side of the car from where I am in the trunk, point in the direction of where the guy with the bike is going.
Yeah, I see him. But your head's on a swivel.
I think we lost Jeff there for a second.
Did
Yeah,
you lose me? Oh, there's Sergey.
yeah, it was weird. Internet went out and then it wouldn't read, and then Discord did its thing. So I'm back.
We just got spotted a guy on a bicycle with a red cross armband scooting away from the the tree with the Halloween decorations on it.
I think the obvious solution is to shoot him, but it's just me. Um,
That's why me and Sergey are such good friends.
yeah. I mean, if he's gonna put a target on himself, with that little red cross, then no. Okay. So, do we want me to yell and try to flag him down or anything, or
You know about bodies hanging in the tree,
okay?
but
I
that
missed
you
that.
see
I think
lots
I
of
missed that.
bodies, so don't feel like you have to stop
Oh,
or
okay.
anything. Yeah, it's not.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Casper's
Yeah.
a doctor, right?
There's some. Oh, I also forgot to mention there's a piece of paper attached to one of the bodies, like like the old classic outlaw sort of thing. And they're hanging
Can I
upside down.
read? Can I read from this distance what it would say?
No.
Okay.
So we're still in the car.
Yeah, we're still in
Yeah.
the car. Still going
Okay.
on.
We need to dismount.
Do we want to stop or do we want to keep going? Because dead bodies in the tree.
It's probably just looters or rapists or
I
deserters.
I agree with Evan.
Yeah, good news
yeah.
is they're dead, so they can't hurt us. So that's good.
Yeah, and I don't imagine somebody's gonna string them up without taking anything useful. So I don't really see any need to needlessly open ourselves up to an ambush here.
I
Drive
agree.
on.
Yep.
You
For
want
all
to try
we
to
know, the
flag
guy with
tag?
the just because the guy has a Red Cross armband doesn't mean he's not the one that just did that. So
Yeah, and just like Wagner in Ukraine, their Wagner guys are using Ukrainian military uniforms. So
yep.
I'm with you. Let's just keep rolling.
Okay. Consensus or gonna keep going? All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Adam, you watch this car. You think that they saw you because you were like kind of exposed, and you were actually. I was gonna assume that you were kind of checking out this tree. Last time you were here was quite a while ago, and so this is fairly new. And the bodies, it looks like from your expert eye, they weren't that up there that long. You could just tell from there.
If this Yugo, when it disappears, I'll go back and check out the bodies, because this is something new in this area. So
What alarms you, Adam, is that the Yugo turns on a road that goes directly where you were going.
oh,
And you got a bad feeling because these bodies weren't here last time. Somebody's new in the terrain. Like you know this place a little bit.
How fast are they going?
Well, it's a little too fast for comfort. You could notice whoever's driving the thing is, but he's got a knack, and he has to slow down and weave around. Definitely quicker than you were going.
Yeah, all right, okay. Me and Hippo then. I go, come on, boy, and we go to the tree,
Mm-hmm.
keeping an eye on this car. I'm gonna check out the bodies before I move on to wherever I'm going to. Just that you mentioned a note on one of the bodies.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see what it says.
All right, so you can cut down the bodies, or seems to be the only real way to get to them. Like climbing up and down the rope and stuff would be, well, you could, but anyway, you cut down the bodies, like thump down and roll over. You go and check them out. You can see that they had been shot. In the look, it appears to be have been shot in the back of the head.
Close range, back of the head.
Close range, back of the head. They are Caucasian, and the note on them simply says "Traitors to the fatherland" in Russian. And then it's signed the commander, simply the commander in Russian.
doesn't it say? No, I don't want to be a know-it-all, but it's I do believe the Russians they would use the expression motherland, wouldn't they? But but anyway,
Yeah.
it's
Oh, good call. Yeah, yeah. German's
The
fatherland.
Rodina.
I thought Germany did the fatherland thing.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. No, and that's a good call.
Could be an
It,
East German.
it could.
True.
That was my thought actually. They could be East Germans. But anyway, these two guys, military age,
mhm.
are they former soldiers? You think, or
Yeah, the one
looks like
still has fatigues on, or combat boots on.
hmm
And it looks sort of like Soviet kit.
yeah. hmm Okay. Well, since I do what I do, you can tell a lot of from dental care. How are their teeth? Are they Russian teeth or or are they
Yeah,
more Western
the
European?
evidence is piling up. They seem to be in Russian, and they even, a couple of them have, like, they probably have a tattoo or something, some army tattoo. Uh, g- Actually, if you want to give me a medical check,
Yeah, I
if
think
you
we
get
will.
a crit, I'll give you a
Okay, but it's it would be
smoke coming from the driver's
I,
side door window. I just
I
saw
would
that.
be very I would be very interested in that in the tattoo
Yeah.
because you can learn a lot from what people they adorn themselves with. So what would it be?
A medical aid check.
Yeah, we'll do the medical aid first. There you go.
All right, so you do find a tattoo, and it's kind of got this symbol of this. It's kind of a bear, and it's got this hammer and sickle tattooed on the side of the bear, and it's got 35 in Russian guards forever. 35th
30,
guards forever.
35 guns. Okay.
And you recognize possibly like the 35th guards is a Soviet division
Oh yeah.
of an assault division. All the guards divisions are generally like the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
So
Although
it's concluded, yeah, they're probably members of the 35th Guards, which
yeah, fun.
your knowledge is a bit vague, about what's going on, but you know that there was a huge battle pretty close by, like about 70 or 80 kilometers to the north. There was an epic battle. There were flashes, and you saw helicopters and jets even, which is super
hmm
rare. Something big went down, and this could be the remnants of that.
And how long ago was the battle?
That would be 3 days ago.
3 days ago.
3 days, that's it.
And now we have at least two traders to the motherland. Okay, so I put them aside, or cover them up just loosely, not leaving them hang. And then I'll continue on my bike to my house call.
Okay, so interesting. I'm gonna have to, Jesper, you're gonna have to sit back for a bit. I apologize
Yeah.
because they're obviously ahead of you, and so you guys kept going. You're like, okay, uh, that was weird, and you turn right onto sort of a dirt road, and it's washed out, and this is where it gets a bit tricky, and you start driving, and you have to hit, and move things, and you figure we must be getting close. I'll bring us back to the other map a moment, and then I'll have to have another driving check, and then another recon check as you guys go into the next hex.
Ooh.
And when you make your drive check, it's -2. Or pardon me, -1. And you guys both manage, and
Yeah.
the rain's still coming down, and you see a house number on one of the ruins, and you realize that we're close. It's and you're more in farmsteads out here. Where did I put my little? Oh yeah, you guys are on the area map. Okay, very good. So you guys have now headed cross country, and you think you're approaching. Why am I not pinging here? Oh, did you guys see the ping?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're bombing around down the road and bobbing and weaving and being quite cautious, and you're looking, and Max, you point. It's like, I think that's it over there, and you see.
Look
If
out
you,
to our right. I think that's it.
now again, let me know if you see anything. I've changed maps.
Yeah, it says I do not own any
Okay,
token in
same
this.
thing. That's one thing I forgot to do on all the new maps, so bear with me.
Mm.
Okay, I'll hit the rain on. So again, the windshield wipers are clacking away, and you're actually driving down. You've hit this sort of part over here, and you guys, hopefully there's a little track in between these fields. You think you can get over down the road. If you want to drive your car, there's a forest, like a thick forest. You can see through the rain. There's a large tree line that kind of frames what was once a farmstead. You see that the main building is more or less intact from there, and you just can make out the silhouette of it and such, right? Your visibility at this point, each one of these hexes is 10 meters, and so if you're here, of course, you're going to be about 200 meters away, at least 250.
Oops, my
Anybody?
bad. It's over on the left, not the right side. I was acting like a lieutenant.
So yeah. Okay, so it's about halfway through the shift. So at this point, we're going live. Not that you see anybody at the moment. You might see a little bit of a haze of smoke, perhaps, coming from the area, like somebody has a fire going.
What's the call, guys?
Well, I'm at a disadvantage because I wasn't here last week. Uh, is this supposed to be friendly territory with this pregnant chick? What's the deal? Because if not, if it's supposedly bad guys, I say we keep going south and hit that tree line and try to roll up and do reconnaissance on it at nighttime or enter the village from nighttime. I don't actually know what the tactical situation is, I guess.
We don't really know for certain either. I mean, a pregnant woman in theory is not going to be uh, a threat, and I don't think she was the one who stabbed this guy that
Yeah,
we found. But
and I think he
um,
said to save. He just said to save her and the child or something along those lines.
yeah, I think the question's going to be we don't we don't know if he got stabbed at the farm. We don't know if he got stabbed somewhere else, and that was just who he thought of. Um, like I said, this is kind of um, Sergey and Nick's mission, and I already told Sergey that if we pick up a kid, he's the one changing the diapers, so he's gonna be the one in the driver's seat here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm seeing a
Uh,
3 minute a baby situation here.
yeah.
There's an episode title right there.
Sergey, this is your call. Then I'll let you make it.
All right. Perhaps we should survey it from closer on foot. Yes.
I would agree. Can I suggest we hit the tree line?
Yes, sounds good. I'm not actually seeing anything on the map except gray X's. So
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Can anyone
I can
else?
try a refresh. I can try refreshing and see if it's just me.
Yeah, I'm seeing the map okay.
Oh, good. Okay.
I'll try reloading.
Yeah.
I would suggest Sergey to drive down to the tree line when you get your map loaded.
Yep, that sounds like
Because
an idea.
I'm lazy.
Well, we want to put it out of the way a little ways too. So
That's correct.
So there is an access road here, but you realize as you drive in, it quickly becomes there's trees and stuff, and you'd have to go hardcore off road, and you won't get far. Oh wait, sorry. You can actually pop out at this point. You can pop out the other side, but you'll have to move some trees and stuff like that. But anyway, you can drive into the tree line and park.
all right, let's put it in their park and walk on then.
And Eric, just to fill you in a bit too, when they found this guy who'd been stabbed, he had a notebook on him with a list of clients he had, and apparently this doctor had been making rounds. He had an old leather doctor's kit with him that had a bunch of gear in it and stuff, which you guys took. And who's carrying that, by the way? Who has that medical kit?
I think Sergey took it because he was the one
Okay.
looking to improve
Yeah.
his medical skills.
So Sergey, if you go into the gear, you know what I'm talking about, file?
Yeah.
You should be able to find not a medical kit, but a doctor's bag or something like that. It's called.
Okay.
Um,
Doctor's medical kit.
yeah, and then it might even tell you what it does there too. It basically helps you with surgery on critical
Okay.
injuries, which might be big. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna pull your characters onto the map, and then you guys will have control, and you guys know the routine sort of. Oh darn it, it munged it up again, didn't it? It's using the old. Okay. That is frustrating. That's another bug if you guys notice Foundry does. Okay, while you decide how you're going to do this and discuss yourselves, I'm just going to do a quick fix on a couple of these things.
Hey, sorry about being lazy, guys, but with me not being around, I didn't want to say or do anything stupid.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with it.
That's usually
I
my
don't.
job, I think. So
Nice.
okay, I'm trying to move Sergey onto the map, but I'm not seeing him. So
Yeah, I think he's trying to horse around with the
okay.
tokens right now because all the pictures are the old ones.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry guys. And I'll have to figure out why. I thought I had this fixed. But anyway, go on. You can describe to me how you want to move through. Who's going to be your point man? The basic line of march.
Sergey's definitely going to be toward the back again. Well, unless we want to do straight up recon, which he can very quietly walk around.
Let's take a look here.
Just thinking he's not as good if he's got an A in intelligence and an A in recon, but if it comes to shooting, he's probably not your guy. So
That's frustrating.
I would say we'll probably want to skirt this tree line that we just parked across from up towards the house because that'll give us a decent view of things without just actually being straight up in the field. Um, and we can get kind of a better idea of if there's any vehicles there, if we're seeing any lights, if we're hearing anything, um, and plan from there.
Evan.
Yeah.
Hey, your thought skirting the tree line right there where you were at, I agree 100%. What do you say about this danger area right here? Do you see me circling?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I
And then
mean,
we hit that
we're
tree line and come parallel, I guess it would be called, to where the back structure where we think she's at.
right.
Or are you wanting to just roll right in?
If we get over to this corner right here,
Okay.
we can at least survey a portion of the area and see if there's anything obvious. If we need to skirt down and around and all the way up here, um, but given the sight lines and the fact that it's raining, I don't think this. I mean, that's what 40 feet that we're gonna have to run across.
30 meters, roughly.
Uh,
20,
uh,
well,
is this
20
30
in.
meters or is this 10 meters?
These are 10 meters square, or whatchamacallits. So about 20, 25. Well, shit, we got a ruler.
Yeah, these are 10-meter hexes. Yeah.
Oh, it says 4 meters.
Yeah, so 60 feet roughly, which unless somebody's specifically watching this little clearing here, there's very little chance we're gonna have any. And honestly, even if we just go down a hex or two and cross over, we're completely um, blind to the house, which at least at this point seems like is the main structure that people would be sitting in right now.
That's right. All right, so how do you want to do it? You on point, then Nick, then me, and then Sergey bringing up the rear?
Yeah. Let me actually see. This is gonna sound like a cop because he's not here, but Nick is actually because he's got an AA in intelligence and recon,
Okay.
and I've got an AD.
No, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
If he gets
Somebody's
into
got
any
to be the
trouble,
minesweeper. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, pardon me to interfere. Can you guys move your icons now? Hopefully, and you'll have to go back to on the left. Make sure you select the.
Yeah. If I get off ruler, I can. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yep.
Good. Okay, I'll move Nick then for now. And sorry if I don't have the images right. I just had to get something going quick. And
Hey, Darren, were we supposed to reset our stress levels? I noticed everybody's is gone, except for mine.
if you rested, and yours should have, you didn't get any more stress. I'm trying to think if we had any more stress counters, but we should all be clear. We should all be even at this point.
All right, clearing it out.
Yeah.
Oops. No, I'm not. I'm adding. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll go with that for now. So here we go. And Jesper, thanks for your patience. You at this time, I'm assuming, are moving south in all haste.
I'm moving with trying to keep up with with Hippo, who seems to know the way. I don't know why, but it's yeah. I'm biking along.
Now
Yep.
ironically, you know a quick route.
Hmm.
And you can actually get that. You can find that a bit of a roadway on the right. So you're going to be
Yep.
reaching the area. I'm going to say soon. Okay.
Yep.
And on the
And I
way,
don't. There's no car in sight.
no, they're
I
still
don't
ahead
see
of
the
you.
car.
But if they're
Yeah. Okay.
going near the harms, if they're going to where you're going, you'll meet them soon.
Hmm.
Like
But there's no
10.
sign of them now. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No. I need to go there in a hurry. So that's what I'll do.
Okay. Now the rest of you can move along the line here. I'm going to move Nick up. He's following the tree line carefully. I'm going to make a recon roll for him. I'm assuming he said he was point, and he's got the infiltrator option. Yeah,
That's right.
he's very good at this, if I recall.
Ooh.
There we go.
He gives you the hand signal that so far so good, and he gets to the edge of the tree line, and he's been scanning the house, and he mutters back, there's definitely somebody in the building. They have a fire going, and he points. I'm not doing my British accent good. And there is some smoke wisping out of the main building. Somebody has a fire going somewhere in there. And it's not coming out of the chimney. You think it's just going out of the side, one of the side windows sort of thing. But you don't see anybody, no sentries or nothing. And you
Now,
could
Darren
walk by
is.
the place. It's ruined and abandoned, it looks like. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to ask if this small outbuilding was still intact or if.
No,
Um,
it's gutted. It burnt down you asked me long ago.
All right. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they've got a good field of fire. Nobody's going to be wanting to hang out in a ruined outbuilding in the middle of the rain just to keep an eye on things and possibly catch hypothermia. So, anybody inside, if we're lucky, their night vision will be ruined by that fire. And well, they're low light vision. It's still daytime, but it's raining. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I would say we're probably okay to maybe move down a hex or two to break that line of sight real quick and move across to the tree line over here.
Okay, Nick follows the tree line, watching the whole time. No, nothing else happens, and then he gives a nod, and he quickly does a low crouch kind of sprint across this clearing, and then he posts up there and signals to you guys to scamper across. Kind of like one at a time. It's only about 40 meters or so,
Right.
not even.
Yeah. All
And
right. I'll
then
move across and up to the tree line over here.
just let me have a quick look a minute here. No, all good. There's some game trails and such, and birds are kind of fly off in the forest as usual, and there could be game in the forest. It looks potential. And you get closer, you're only about 20 meters from the building now, and it's a big L-shaped two-story building. The smoke seems to be coming out of the far side. You can now see there's like a crude pipe sticking out of the side of a window, and there's a little drizzle of smoke going out. And it seems quiet, and you don't see any movement. I'm going to give, unless somebody else is going to, but Nick's going to make another recon check.
Yeah, Nick's our boy for that.
Indeed.
Oh,
Oof.
Interesting.
Nice.
Okay, uh, you see Nick sees, he's looking keenly, and he goes, there's no sentry, I'm pretty certain. He's looking around keenly, and he's got the binoculars. Do you guys have? Yeah, he had binoculars. He's looking along the tree line there. He doesn't see anything over here. He goes, I think we're clear, lads. But top floor seems empty as far as he can tell, but there's nothing to see, he says.
Nothing to see here. Move along.
Maybe.
As far as I'm concerned, I mean, I know that Nick knows what he's doing, so, or
Hmm.
Poach, I should say. That's good enough for me. Um, I don't know what the rest of you guys think, but
No, I trust his judgment. Let's get a game plan though. If we're gonna, are you wanting to go ahead and roll in there, or you want to send Nick up by himself to do a commander's recon?
no, I mean, I think we've taken a good enough look at this place that there doesn't seem, unless there's Spetsnaz hiding in there and they're extremely disciplined, in which case we've got bigger problems. Um, I don't think we're dealing with drunken hooligans or bandits or anything like that. I would say we're clear to move up. What I'll do, um, I'll sling my uh, M100 and pull out the suppress pistol that I have, and I'll go ahead first, um, and see if I can uh, like move up to right there, um, and just peek in one of the windows.
All right, go for it.
And for the moment, Nick was just going to stay post up and keep observation of the area, tree line, buildings, so you can leave the recon kind of, overarching recon.
So he's providing Overwatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
All right.
Hey, off subject real quick. If you want to see what it looks like fighting Spetsnaz, you got to check out that Civ YouTube channel. U.S. Volunteers were in an actual CQB with Russia Spetsnaz in a house in Ukraine.
Where was this? Or what? What? YouTube?
CivDiv, CIVDIV, CivDiv. Pretty brutal.
Oh, sure.
That will be Spetsnaz 2023.
Yeah,
Not
past tense. Yeah, they
Yeah.
got smoked.
absolutely.
And it was American volunteers. That's what kills me.
Okay,
No,
so no, we'll have to post that in Discord. I'd like to check that out. Evan, you scurry across to the edge there, through the rain, and you guys are getting wet now again. You're out of the car, so that you're getting soaked through. Anybody else follow up? Anyone going with him, or go ahead, Sergey or Max?
I can go with him, sure.
All right, so go ahead, you two of you. Now, if you hold down your shift button, you can actually put your precisely in the hex where you want to put your character.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
And then that way you don't get that stacking up. But you have to highlight your character first, and when you move them, you hold down shift, and you can put them anywhere.
Perfect.
Takes a little practice, but you'll get it. Okay, and Sergey, you're moving up with them. I might have accidentally moved your character. So now bear in mind, you're all in the same hex. There's some risks to that. Be aware of if somebody opens up with an AKM, you can really F you up.
Everybody and panic them.
Well, if you get multiple hits too, or ammo hits, he can hit multiple targets.
Yep.
So you guys come up to the roadway. There's a doorway there. Now we have to play a little theater of mind here. I ran out of time. I was going to have a house built, but for theater of mind's sake, you go up on the outside wall. There are windows, and there's a doorway on your side. There's a doorway pretty well on most of the walls to this house. It's a big kind of farmstead, and you guys get up to the edge, and you poke your head in the windows and such, and you see a house that's been through the broken window. You can see the interior slightly. There's nobody in the room you're looking into. It seemed to there's water dripping onto the floor of this kind of living room, and all the furniture's gone. And in fact, a lot of the paneling and baseboards and stuff like that have been ripped off. You can tell, most likely used for firewood. There is somebody talking. You can hear lightly, and then it stops.
Is it male or female?
It was a child, you think.
Oh.
And they were saying something in Polish, but you can't make it out. You think it was Polish, and it sounded like somebody yelling something.
Sergey, did you understand that?
Did he catch any of it?
And yes, you
Sergey
heard this.
Yep.
Jacob, give it back, you little jerk. This female voice.
So it's like a brother and sister. We're going to shoot them both. So.
Recon by fire.
Grenades.
Oh, shit.
So you look at each other, and you can see across the room, and you look up over the windowsill. There's a door. Well, the door's gone, but there's a doorway that leads to the other wing of the building, and that's where the voices are coming from. And that's where the smokestack was sticking out of the side, at that side. And most of the windows there were covered or boarded up.
So our only entry point is where we're at now.
You can go around the other walls and enter. Probably. Whether it takes a boot or not, you haven't seen those doors yet, whether they're blockaded or anything. You assume there's ways to get in.
say we'll enter here
Okay.
after checking for traps.
Yes. Very
Ah,
good.
all right.
Not that
So go ahead.
I was just gonna say, not that I think anybody smart is gonna leave kids around with booby trap windows and stuff, but stupider things have happened.
Mm-hmm. So
Just for that,
who's first?
I guess we'll send Evan in.
Yeah, yeah, I have good luck with doorways. Um, yeah, I'm gonna, I'll do a quick look in for any tripwires or anything like that, but
Okay, give me a recon
otherwise,
roll as you enter into this. So I'm going to move, or I guess you could have moved yourself, but you're technically into the building now. So that hex, and you creep in.
Nice.
2 successes.
Okay, and you're being as quiet as you can, but there's some creaks and stuff, and there's a lot of glass and stuff on the floor, and I'm assuming you have combat boots on and things like that.
Yeah,
So you're
yeah,
kind of like trying not to, you're a bit crunch, crunch, and you got your weapon out, and you're looking now at that doorway where the door is missing, and on the other side of it, you hear a thump and a bang, and then quiet, and then Jacob, you hear in Polish, but
Is it all right
you
if I
heard
come in?
Jacob again. Jacob. Sorry, go ahead, Max. I keep interrupting.
I was just no, that's all right. I was gonna see if it was okay for me to roll in behind him. I don't want him by himself.
Sure, move yourself into the hex beside him.
Those little kids are bastards.
Yeah, yeah. And you're both giving each other signals, looking at the doorway, doing the old classic breach either side sort of thing. Sergey, you're still outside. Nick hasn't whistled or whatever he does to get your attention yet.
Yeah, Sergey will slip in behind them, just very quietly.
So you're making your way down to that wing, and you now can. It's your call. And you hear another voice, and it sounds older. It's female. And Sergey. Now I'm just gonna say it says something in Polish, but Sergey, he just shakes his head like it's not. He says it's a woman. She sounds, and you can tell she sounds somewhat distraught. But she told, "Quiet, you two. I'm trying to rest."
What do you think, boys?
All we
Are
got
we
are the
seeing,
three voices. I say we just go in there and say hello.
are we seeing
Yeah,
any blood stains or anything?
No, it's
Okay.
dilapidated and run down. Everything's been stripped. Like I said, there's nothing, pretty well nothing,
Right.
unburnable.
But it doesn't look like anywhere that anybody's been stabbed around here so far. So
Oh no,
that's kind of what's like.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I'm being lazy, so because I really don't know everything, but I got no problem just walking on in and announcing ourselves.
Gotcha.
Sergey thinks it's a very good idea for armed men to walk in and announce themselves. Sergey will stay here behind corner. Yes.
So two of you.
Well, how about I'm gonna hand my weapon to Sergey. Let him hold it. Try the
Okay.
old heart and mind thing.
Sergey.
Yeah, he's going to look very surprised at that. Like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Is the safety off?
No, fucking safety's on.
Okay.
Yeah. Surprised you didn't unload it first. So.
Take the bolt. I'll just take this.
Oh, I can't wait till Jesper gets in here.
Yeah, I was just gonna say now while you guys are gonna, so you're gonna step into the room and just present yourself in a way, and of course be cautious in case something. Um, is that what I'm understanding?
Right. Yeah. While
You
looking for tripwires.
okay? Aaron or Evan, pardon me, are you joining him? Behind, you can be behind him, or you can stay where you are on the other side.
yeah, I'm not big on kids, so I will back Max up, but you know, I'll at least have my pistol out.
Okay, so if you want to move yourselves into the next hex, you sort of have to get in there.
Where am I? There we go.
Hello.
Where the hell did my...
Dude, she's
And
hot.
All right.
what you
Miss
see is a
Gold.
large ad hoc living quarter with a small crude wood stove. There is a dirty mattress with some remnants of blankets and such, in which this woman, and it gave me the wrong one here, hold on. That's her name, that is Susanna. There's a woman, clearly very pregnant, who is laying on the mattress. Very pregnant, and she looks sweaty and stained and uh, sallow-cheeked. But before you can take that in, there are two children in here, and they were squabbling over something. There's a young boy, he's probably 9 or 10 maybe at the most, and there's a girl who appears to be 10 or 11-ish. I'm gonna have to make things smaller, but anyway, you see the three of them, and she sees you first, and she quickly says something like, "Quiet, you two!" And she tries to get up, but you can tell that she's really sore, and she's unable to even get up. And the the boy and the girl, stop and spin around. Their eyes go wide, in a bit of fear.
And as I enter the room, I have my hands up, showing that I'm not a threat.
Now, to your surprise, to Sergei's surprise, I was going to say, there is one more person shows up. And this one comes into the room stealthily, very stealthily. Sergei, you just managed to hear her come in. She was sneaking, she was actually stalking in the courtyard. And Nick couldn't see her where he was. Even when he made that roll, he just couldn't see her. She was on the other side. This girl comes stealthily into the room, and she has a shotgun in her hand. And she looks at you, and Sergei, there's a look of rage on her face. And you realize she's looking at the kit, the doctor's kit. And
Okay.
she says in Polish to Sergei, "You son of a... You killed him."
What? Sergey is not killed. He's looking, trying to figure out what's going on here.
I leave a
Having time
cliffhanger a
to-
second.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to
Yep.
Jesper.
No, please. Yeah. I'm happily biking along,
Yep.
whistling, singing in the rain, approaching the farm, I guess. Um, I'm I'm thinking about these two guys hanging from the strange fruit uh, from the Polish tree. I don't like that, but I got this job, so I guess I'm simply just I'm biking into the courtyard, right, or along the road, and then I'm just into the courtyard for the farm. I've been here before, I guess.
I just put you on the map. Do you see where you are up
Yeah,
there?
yeah, yep, I
Yep.
see.
So you're
Looks like
zipping
me.
down that road, and you haven't seen the car yet.
No,
And
exactly.
so you're hopeful that they're not here, or right?
Mm.
And this is the homestead of the other doctor's client that
Yeah,
you knew he was going to go here, so you thought you might come find him.
yeah, exactly.
What do you wish to do?
Yeah, I wish to bike down the road and then go into the to the farm, into the courtyard, park my bike and shout, suggest Lakresh, which would be kind of Polish for this is the doctor.
Excellent. So you're heading down the road, and I'm going to give me a recon roll, if you would.
Mm,
This is a passive
Yeah,
recon roll.
yeah. Coming up. Boom. Not really.
Okay, now I'm just going to pause you a minute, Jesper. I'm going back into the house. Okay, I
Hmm.
just need to know what you're doing, but you'll be there in probably let me see, a bike can go. You'll be there in a couple rounds, so in like
Yep.
a minute or a couple minutes.
Hmm.
By the way, the rest of you, it'll in a minute. Nick might see him. Oh, he will because he's on a bike, so biking down the road. For the moment, though, what I didn't, I rolled a check, and he can't see through the buildings and stuff at the moment. So back inside, you two just entered, and you put your hand up, and this woman looks terrified. She kind of tries to back up and get up, but can't. Well, maybe she can. She kind of scrambles, and the two kids kind of go to her, and one of them, the girl there, she actually pulls out this kind of fire poker. It was a big thing with a jagged spike on it, so you're kind of impressed by that. But meanwhile, Sergey, you would be about there to be in the building. This girl comes in. She's wearing this kind of stained pink puffy jacket, and she has a shotgun, and she says, "You bastard, you killed him."
You killed Kenny.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. Wait. And let explain. Let explain. Which I'm guessing would be persuasion.
It is, and you're gonna have a penalty here because you
I'm
see
assuming
a
so.
look of rage. You're -2.
Okay, -2, and then have a +1 for psyops, changing somebody's mind about a
Okay.
certain thing.
Okay.
So, and then we're not trading, we're not scrounging. Yep. So -1
Correct.
overall.
Ooh.
You
I
see it.
I can't see my stuff again. So
Oh shoot.
that's weird. Hold on.
You got
Let me just
3
get out of the.
successes.
Oh, okay. Well, good. All right. I'm gonna get out of the car.
Good job.
There we go. I'm gonna get out of the car and see if that fixes it. So, seemed to last time.
And
And
just so you know, you see that she makes eye contact with you, and you can see this barrel wavering at you of this shotgun, and the finger is just twitching. Um, but she goes, "Where is he? Where is the doctor?"
We found on the road. Fell off motorcycle, very badly injured. Found instructions to come here.
You are Polish.
Something like
Or
that, yes.
your accent. She's her shotgun doesn't waver though; it stays on you, and
And he's gonna have his hands up, very.
now that's when you guys hear like a. I'm not sure how Nick could communicate with you guys, but
Caw, caw.
Yeah, I was gonna say bird noise or something.
so Jesper, you're coming down the hill or roadway here, and you're just kind of entering the courtyard
Hmm.
at this when he spots you.
Do I
And
spot him?
no,
Hmm.
and it looks You don't see what's going on. All you see is this building, and you said you were going to call out. You come into the courtyard.
I'm gonna park my bike at the outbuilding, the gutted outbuilding,
Okay.
up the wall, and I'm gonna make a hippo sit. You know, I don't, and then call out, so just like this. Hello,
Okay.
hello.
And everybody can hear this. Hello in Polish from outside. And
What the fuck? That was me in character. Sorry, my bad.
yeah, no, that's perfect. So Evan and Max, you're in there, and you hear first of all this whistle sound from Nick or Kaka, and then you hear somebody from outside calling out, beckoning to the building. Jasper, you're in the gun sights right now, Nick.
I
I'm
look at.
carrying. Sorry,
Oh, I was
I'm
just gonna say.
carrying my. I have this bolt action rifle, which I'm going to carefully put up against my bike. You know,
Okay.
uh, step a couple of steps out in the courtyard and repeat my hello. So just like this. So just like this.
And the the two kids are staying quiet, and the woman is just looking at these two soldiers that came in the door. And but her eyes dart outside and then dart back to you two, but she doesn't say anything.
Well,
And
again, I'm just still trying to explain that we're here to help and how we got here.
and
And
they're
I look at Max and I just go, I assume you can handle a kid with a fire poker. All right, I gotta go check on Nick. Um, and I'm gonna move back towards the way that I came because I have. I, do I hear Sergey trying to talk to this girl too?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of creep, and I'm assuming I know which way that Sergey. Can I see which way Sergey's looking through the doorway? Anything like that?
Yeah, no, that's a good call. You can, and you can see he's like got his hands up and he's talking, kind of desperate Sergey mode. Uh,
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and circle around this way. Um,
so you have to
'Cause
go
obviously I
outside the
can't.
building, and you'll when you do go to the wall there and look out the door you're going to go out, you see a guy just putting his rifle calmly, and he stands up and he says something in Polish again, and you have just enough Polish. He's kind of saying a greeting.
Jesus.
Excuse me, Game Master, but what about hippo?
Hippo, what did you want Hippo to do? Did you tell him to stay someplace?
Yeah, yeah, no, he's just accompanying. When I put the bike, I want him to sit. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh, there's a big dog there
yeah, I see.
with
Yeah, yeah. He
and
is a big dog.
the dog has a little backpack on it. You notice? You see this, Evan, and when you go outside.
Well,
Well,
Little
unless
what?
the bandits have an IED dog core now, um, that's that's slightly less worrying.
Sergey
well,
writes that idea down for future reference.
so Evan, what is your intent here? Like you sneak out the building, and you know that Sergey's talking with a threat
Right.
that's just inside a door that she came into from your side. And I picture you, if you went outside, Jesper, Adam, you would have saw him. You see a soldier come out with a weapon. You have your weapon, right?
Yeah, I've got the machine gun slung, but I've got the suppressed pistol out.
All
You
right.
Um,
two see each other.
Yeah, I say down hippo, and then I slowly raise my hand.
and I'm gonna kind of motion, point at the ground for him to get down. Um,
I I sigh, and I get down on my knees.
Okay,
and
go on.
go ahead.
I was going to say you don't think the girl saw you or shot you.
Okay. Um, assuming I have enough time uh, to get around this corner and behind whatever threat I am assuming is there, um, before this guy, I don't have any idea who he is, would be able to get up. Um, I'll just kind of try and peek in and see if I can make sure that there's only one shooter, basically.
Mm-hmm. Uh, so you can make out the edge of your vision. You kind of look in the doorway and you see the back of a child, a teenager. She's probably like 14, 15, and she's got a shotgun on Sergey. But she's she's unsure. And then she goes to turn around because she heard the doctor, and she goes, who's it is? Ah, it is Adam.
So
And,
I
uh,
smile and wave.
I'm gonna put my back to the wall on the outside there,
mm-hmm.
and if I see enough of the barrel come out of the door where I'm confident I'm not gonna have my hand blown off, I'll whichever way is gonna be more economical, either push it down or push it up away from me, um, and
Okay,
and
well
try
she
to.
goes, she turns around again and goes to Sergey. You, go out, come here, go outside. And she backs around the room, unless you do anything, Evan, and she's got the shotgun pointing at Sergey. Go outside, in front of me. She commands you.
Sergey will, with a big smile on his face, very quietly walk toward the doorway with his hands up.
And she,
Yes,
like,
yes, not a problem. No, calm, calm. Yes, yes.
she looks like she's holding that shotgun pretty well. Um, yeah, and she's looking at you, though, with deep suspicion.
It's
And,
very nice shotgun. Where did you get? Yes.
and she goes, shut up. Be quiet. And she seems a bit unsure of herself now. Like you're getting under her a bit, right? And then when you step out, you see this guy standing there, and everyone sees each other. So right now we're not playing turn order. You kind of just role play if you see fit. Nick's been just kind of has the rifle up, and he can't really tell what's going on around the corner, but he can see this guy with the bike. Max, you're back in the room with your hands still, easy, easy, and the kid with the poker is sitting there apparently guarding the woman on the mattress, and the boy is just watching. So that's when you can make your move, Evan, because if you wish, because Sergey is being walked outside, and she is apparently going to follow him.
If I see Sergey um, coming out first, I'll just kind of edge back a little bit around the corner and wait for her to come out.
Now, Jesper, you recognize the girl that comes out of the
Yeah,
building, and she
yeah,
recognizes
I
you.
yeah, and I forgot her name. What was her name?
So, Sophia,
Sophia. Yes. Yeah. Dzień dobry, Sophia. So, Jared, what's going on?
you also, Jesper, see a strange soldier who's creeping along the corner of the wall. You see a kind of shady looking Polish guy in sort of a rough leather jacket, probably has a cigarette at somewhere, whether it's lit or not. He sometimes can't help it. He looks a bit scarred and rugged. This guy that apparently the girl has on gunpoint, and she doesn't seem to be aware of the soldier around the corner. So she goes, there are marauders about. I found this bastard. I think he killed the doctor."
Easy, easy. Now, I get up slowly with my hands spread out wide. Easy, easy. Everybody, take it easy now. Take it easy. No, no, no need for anyone to get hurt now. I'm here to help. Piotr sent me, or rather, I think that this was the farm that Piotr wanted to go to. I can't
Hmm.
find him. Sophia, do you know what? Have you seen Piotr?
Ask this bastard. He has his kit. And she points with the rifle at the doctor's leather-worn bag.
Okay, I turn white, uh, and I'm looking. Is that Piotr's bag?
Oh
Do I
yeah,
recognize it?
yeah.
It is. Where did you get that bag? I say in Polish.
Is Sergey allowed to speak now? Yes.
Answer him.
Okay. Yes. We found him wounded badly. Fell off motorcycle. And we followed.
Where
Uh,
where is he? Where is he?
uh, he did not survive these wounds, I'm afraid.
You bastard! You hear from behind you again.
No, 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 no. Wait, wait,
Easy.
wait, wait.
Let,
He said we had to save woman and baby, and we came here.
yeah, exactly. Now, where? The, are you sure he's dead? Are you 100% sure that he's dead?
Well, priests always talk about the resurrection, so he's always possible, I suppose. But
No
not
times
was not
for Polish jokes now. Yeah, you're
not
absolutely sure that he's dead.
was not breathing. Lost much blood. Yes.
Where is? I need to know where he is. I need to find him. Where is he?
And Sergey will just sort of vaguely gesture in the direction they came in. A couple of miles that way, probably. I think, wasn't it?
So, Sophia, what's going on here? Who are these men?
I don't know. They're marauders, killers. They're all our killers. And you see this hard look come into her eyes. We should kill
Hey,
him. He killed the doctor. And she looks
yeah,
hard.
Darren,
That's
can I hear anything?
You hear something going on. Yeah, you definitely. And
I since I'm not carrying a weapon and I look like she hasn't seen Evan, right? Sophia hasn't.
no.
All right, can I look at these two and tell them, motion to them, hold on, and then go outside, walking directly this way, right?
Openly, just walking out.
Right there, yeah. To show that we're not. What I'm wanting to do is show
Another
we're not marauders.
another soldier. Now these are soldiers. These two, by the way, Jasper, and you recognize uniforms. They seem to have pretty tight kit for how long the war's been going, and you sense right away that these are probably NATO or ally. In fact, you probably can see an American flag on Max's
Well, I
shoulder.
haven't walked outside yet. I was going to.
No, go ahead if you. I assumed you were. I was playing that like you did.
All right,
But, yeah.
there we go.
You see another soldier walk out, and Jasper, you see things. Oh, and the girl notices something is up. So your hands are
Take
up.
it.
Yes, and I
Take
say,
it.
if we were marauders, you'd already be dead.
You guys are American. I say. Are you guys Americans?
Yes, we're American and Brits, and my buddy Sergey, who's a mutt.
Sergey is from Virginia. Yes. Myrtle Beach, South
That's
Carolina.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Myrtle
I
Beach,
bet
South
you are.
Carolina, Virginia. That's awesome.
Well, if you don't mind, guys, I'm gonna take down my hands, and me and my dog, we're going on a house call here. And afterwards, you need to tell me where to find the old doctor. Can we agree on that, please?
Zophia's
Yes.
like, "What are you saying? What are you talking about? These are
I'm.
Can you tell
No,
her
I
to
don't.
lower the gun, Jasper?
yeah.
I
This
don't. I'm talking to Sophia. Sophia, I don't think these are bad men. Uh, I don't think they're bad men. Please, please lower your weapon.
okay.
We
This
will find out about Piotr. We will find out about what happened to him. But right now, I have to call on Susanna to see how she is, and then we'll deal with this afterwards. They haven't killed you yet. I don't think they're bad men.
I'll give you a persuasion roll at +2 to see if you can get her. I'll tell you how she reacts. So in your character, you can make a persuasion +2 on the mod.
Hey, mister, would you also tell her that my guy's got a silence pistol pointed at her head?
They, Sophia, they outnumber us, as you clear can see. So I don't think we shouldn't do anything stupid. Okay?
Okay, make your
Okay.
roll.
I'm rolling.
+2. Do
Oh
you want to
God,
push
yeah.
that? It's not a
Yeah, I
medical aid
do.
roll, though. You made the wrong roll.
Yeah,
This.
yeah, I don't. It's because it's I don't know how to push it. I'm new at this, so how to
Oh,
I can make a persuasion roll, but it's I got nothing in persuasion.
it'll still roll though. It'll still go,
Oh, thank
but
you.
it'll just roll
Oh,
your
that's really
empathy
big.
die. You still
Yeah,
add
yeah,
plus
yeah.
two. So give it a try. Roll again.
Yeah, well, that was that was without and that was just a pure persuasion roll. Uh, And I guess I can't push a failure, right?
No, and that was the worst roll.
Mm-hmm.
What about my persuasion, Darren?
She's gonna spin and take a shot at Evan.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, you fucking bitch.
So we have to make a initiative roll because you see Evan suddenly. She's like, "No, they're all killers. They killed him!" And she spins and is gonna take a shot.
Sophia, no.
Yeah, that was the worst roll. Crit fail on that one. So I'm gonna open up the. Let me have a quick look into the directory, the combat encounters directory. Give me a second. I'll erase that. So you guys can still act, of course, and everything's still happening. And remember, you can switch initiative with your buddy and such. Uh, so I'll do the rolls here. Evan, you're lucky. You're going after Lena, because Lena's still inside with her aunt. And so Evan, we're now in combat, by the way, okay? Not that you have to kill her, but just we're in combat mode.
Right.
So Lena's not doing anything. Now, Jesper, in the directories I told you about,
Yeah.
there's a combat encounter directory. If you open that up, you'll see the initiative order.
Yep.
There's not much. So she's just not doing anything. So Evan, it's your turn, and your buddy is Max. No, you're
No, Nick.
Nick. Okay. So, but you're next.
Um, as I was coming up this wall here, I mean, is there anything that I can use as cover? Duck
Yes, I will give you
through?
the wall as cover. And now, if you go into player aids, now not that I want to script anything, but just so you know your options in the play aids in close combat, you might want to check your options out.
Close combat.
If you know what I mean, unless you want to shoot her or whatever, but you're allowed to. There's an action you can do, which is a diving blow.
Mm,
And you can customize this diving blow so you're not going to kill. And I didn't
right.
mean to script or give you guys ideas, but it's the first kind of stuff we're doing this. I get in the picture that you probably don't want to kill her necessarily.
No, I mean, I've shot my he's shot kids before. I mean, if somebody's pointing a gun at him,
Mm-hmm.
he did not
Yeah.
work for a unit that was above that. But I guess I should ask, am I? I'm assuming I'm close enough to her then that um, a close combat action is
Yep,
possible.
it is. And yeah, because I'd assuming you were sneaking up and sneaking up. You were waiting to pounce, maybe potentially. But Sorry, Jasper, that roll. Don't, and it's just
It
the way
happens to
that the
everybody.
dice went. Yeah.
Yeah. Pin it on me. No worries.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'll try and either uh, knock the gun away or you know palm her in such a way that she's not going
Sure.
to be able to hit anything.
You can disarm as well. You'll
Okay.
get a
Yeah.
bonus because you're stronger than her as well
All right.
in that. Remember, disarm's
Yeah, I
another
guess we'll,
close
we'll try
combat,
and
right?
we'll try and do a disarm and just kind of stiff arm her, pull the weapon towards me at the same time, and hopefully get it away from her. So
Oh, I just had close. So if I go to play aids again, I go to close combat. Sorry, I had everything closed again. So you decide what you want to do. And I know we've only done a couple close combats, and there's Jasper in the directory. There
Hmm.
are there is what's it called? It is the journal.
Yep.
There is player aids in there, and I had these schematic spreadsheets that I downloaded and put in here. They're all for different
Yeah.
things. They're actually quite handy
Yeah.
once you get to know how to maneuver them.
Yeah. I have them. No worries.
Oh,
So
perfect.
I'm too far away from the close combat. I am, however, trying to. I'm continually shouting, "No, Sophia, no! Put down your gun. Put down your weapon. Don't fight. Don't fight."
There's tears going down her eyes and stuff. Like she's convinced they killed him. Like it seems. And anyway, Evan, go ahead.
yeah, I was just gonna say, what's the modifier for being stronger than her?
You're gonna have +2.
Okay.
Yeah, because right, teenage girl
Right. Right. All right.
versus combat
Give it a,
veteran. Right?
give it a shot.
Okay, now she makes a roll. She actually has close combat D, and I you're amazed, but you grab her and you just manage to move the rifle out of the way, and she pulls the trigger. It goes off. Now, I was going to say, if you had one success over her, you would manage to grab her and put the rifle up without it firing.
Didn't I have one success over her?
I thought you did.
You did, but you needed, I mean, pardon me, two.
Gotcha.
Because when they have a two-handed weapon, and I
Yep.
gave you the +2 bonus because you were stronger.
Yep.
Um, yeah, two-handed
No, that's
weapon, you
fine.
get two
I heard
bonuses
the one.
to disarm them, right? So you
Yep.
partially disarmed her, and it goes off, but you have control of the rifle. You're holding it up, and you grab her and restrain her, and she's struggling and trying to kick and bite. She's a fire cat. This one, you realize, like she's scratching you. Her nails are going at your face. Um, the shotgun goes off, boom, and inside, there's a bit of a scream from inside. They're not sure what's going on.
Hey guys, I gotta go real quick. I'll be back in 45 minutes. I gotta go pick up my daughter.
Got you, Max. Uh, so this happens really quick, and Evan, you got the girl. You're just like, oh Jesus, and she's kicking and scratching you. And that's kind of ends combat. It was a brief one.
Thank God. It was either going to be real brief because she splattered my brains, or I disarmored.
Yeah, I know, and the initiative was huge there.
Yeah.
She,
Or she shoot Sergey in the back. So that'd be
Yeah.
fun.
Well,
yeah,
that's why I was trying to sneak around and put the
Yep.
muzzle of the weapon in the back of her head because I didn't want to grab it anymore because I didn't want her to shoot you. But um, I'll I'm assuming I have control. Like I have the weapon now, correct?
yeah, you pull it out of her hands, and I was gonna prolong the combat, but you outnumber them, like you said.
Yeah.
Let's not go there. I mean, but she is a wildcat. She keeps struggling, and you have to pin her arms and kind of put down your pistol. You pretty well, right?
I'm gonna tell Sergey, or I'm gonna say Sergey, tell her to stop moving, or I'm gonna break her arm.
All right. So I'm assuming at some point here, when the gunshot went off, Sergey dove to the ground, and he is sort of gets up, has mud all over him and everything, and reaches for his cigarette, and it's broken, smashed down, and sort of spits, sort of drapes the blood off, and he basically tells her exactly that. He says he will break your arm. He may be telling truth. Would not chance it. No.
Give me that persuasion roll. I'm gonna see if she can take
Alright.
one of your eyes out yet. Might have to break her arm.
Let's see.
And I won't be actually harping on the persuasion rolls. I've just it's a bit.
Oh no, that's all. It's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have been +1 to that, but well.
Oh,
No, I don't think I need
great.
to.
Beautiful.
All right. She stops finally and is just let me go, let me go, let me go. She's yelling at you in Polish. She's just this kid yelling at you in this commanding tone, like you're impressed with this little 75, 80-pound wildcat.
I kind of give her the knife hand point at her. I point at her, and I as I'm standing up, I kind of stare her in the eyes, and I keep pointing at her as I back away, basically just trying to will her to stay on the ground until I can back up, and then as soon as I'm safe, if it's a pump action, I'll jack the rounds out. If it's a break action, I'll break it open and dump the rounds out.
Yeah, and she's looking at you with this pout and anger, and she looks at the doctor, and then she goes. She doesn't say anything. She's just sitting there in rage, kind of. But then she runs over to you, Adam. Like once you let go of her, she runs over to you, Adam, and she starts speaking
And I,
Polish to you quickly. It's bad. It's bad. She's dying.
okay, let's save her. I put my arm around her shoulder and say, if it's gonna be all right. Let's go save her. Come on, Hippo. I go, and the dog follows me very. Oh, there. Excuse me, guys. I'm just going out of the game. My own dog is just coming right now. I shouldn't make these sounds.
It's a good bio,
Hello there.
everybody. Let's take a break then. Is that an idea? That's a
Yeah,
good
sure.
idea.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So everyone will meet back in about 7-8 minutes.
Sounds good.
All right.
Having a
Okay.
blast. I'm glad nobody got shot there. Evan, oh man.
If
No,
she's
So,
the one held at gunpoint, so am I. So yeah.
aside from how Evan or Mike would have felt, I don't, I don't actually want to shoot a child, so I'm glad I didn't have to.
Mm,
Yeah, lots of fun. Lots of fun. You guys may have noticed I'm a bit of a drama queen.
Yeah, it's some pretty intense shit. Yeah.
And the game, my view of the game is it's supposed to be an intense game, where you have to sometimes make morally dubious decisions, right? And it's a dark, gritty setting. But I'm not going to go too heavy, of course. I mean, but I play NPCs pretty well to the hilt.
Great.
And I won't be making like I said. This is the actual card. The encounter card's called the Orphans, and it actually says one of them has a shotgun on the players, and they have to convince her not to shoot them. But anyway, yeah, it's an interesting encounter card.
Except when you roll a 1.
Well, you know what? She could have shot a player there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what would have happened. And now I'm curious. I should actually roll the die here a minute. Oh, I forgot my glasses upstairs. Oops. Oh, pardon me. I forgot.
Gesundheit.
Yeah, pardon me. I'm usually better at miking. Where is she? I'm going to see if she would have shot him. I'm just curious. I'm going to take a shot here. Um, she would have been point blank. Ouch. But I would have given him the wall as obstacle. Ouch. She would have got him, but not a critical, I don't think. She would have just shot him. It would have clipped him. I would have said it would have hit him in the torso, but his flak jacket would have absorbed surprisingly most of it, and it would have still done, ouch, 3 damage. And if it would have had another hit, it would have critted him. And crits get pretty nasty.
Yeah.
If we go
So
torso.
twice the job for me then. Twice the work.
I know, it's like, uh-oh. At least we might have some organ donors. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a crit in this game that didn't make me cringe.
Oh, this one's a ruptured kidney. Lethal in a shift. You would have messed him up if it would have critted him. But there we go. We've had a couple close calls with stuff that we've managed to avoid. I'm one thing I am as a referee though. I will give the players the benefit of the tie break. If you know what I mean. Tie goes to the runner. If you know baseball.
Yeah, but no, I'm too Danish for that. What do you mean by that? Ties goes to the runner.
In baseball, when you have a base runners running around the base, if they slide into a base just as the ball's hitting the baseman's bag, it's considered a tie. But then it'll go to the runner. They'll give it to the runner.
Yeah.
So he'll be safe.
Baseball is unknown in my part of the world.
Oh yeah, I
You're
guess.
not missing anything.
I didn't miss anything. No, I gather
Oh
I
my
did.
god, it's there's a lot of Americans, myself included, who find it unbearably boring.
See, I
Well,
love baseball. I
I
love
grew
it.
up with it, but I just can't do it anymore. So
Nah, me too. I've faded away. I used to play a lot of baseball though.
Yep.
I played a lot of
You
baseball.
grew up a Cardinals fan, and just for the past like 20, 30 years, just kind of gone, yeah, not really.
Excellent, everybody. Okay, I think we're trickling back.
Right.
Again, thank you so much for playing. I'm having a blast as usual. This one's been an intense sort of role-playing scenario so far, but we'll see how it goes. So now we have the situation. Oh, by the way, is everyone back?
I think we're all back, yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah, Eric's going to be gone for a bit yet, so I'll play Eric. And Eric's now, he still has his hands free. Like when the shotgun blast went off, though, he quickly assisted Evan because he was going to get his eyes scratched out. Um, and then the girl, you let her go, and she ran to the doctor. And from inside, um, you see the girl with the poker stick. She comes in the doorway and she's looking out like cautiously, and she sees that her sister's okay, Zofia, and the doctor's there, and she's looking with like still has the poker up, looking at these two soldiers, and as the gunshot echoes around, we will start the game.
All right. I will steer Sophia kindly, but still steering her into the house, and I will tell her to boil up some water because I spot Susanna on the mattress,
Hmm.
and then I'll approach her, and the dog will just lie down just inside the door to keep watch.
Now Max
So
is looking
I'm
at Evan. Sorry, go on. I interrupted again.
no worries. I'm gonna concentrate on the pregnant woman. Yeah.
Okay. And can you move your icon, Jesper, yourself?
Yeah, I'll try. Why
Yeah,
not?
give it a whirl a minute. See if and if you
See, let
hold
me.
down Shift when you move them,
Yeah.
it's left
Okay.
click to move, and then you hold Shift down. You can actually specify the
Yeah.
exact. And the dog follows you, and Max looks at Evan with his eyes, kind of like, as they're walking by. It's this cool, right? Like,
Yeah, as long as we don't have any more kids for the daycare, toting guns, I guess we're okay. But let
Yeah.
me, I'm gonna walk around the side of the house and motion to Nick because Nick's probably wondering what the hell's going on, or Poach, and just wave him towards the house.
yeah, and he was actually he had his gun up and he was getting a grenade ready and such. And when you give him the motion, he just nods though and gives you like he was gonna stay put, I suppose, because he heard that gunshot.
Yeah.
So he just gives you the old like I'm gonna be posting up. If that's
All right.
cool.
I'll give him a thumbs up, and move back towards the house.
Got it. Sergey, you get up,
Yeah,
dangling.
Sergey sort of cleaning himself off, takes a cigarette, looks at it, sort of tosses it, cleaning himself off as he walks back from the house, muttering to himself. And then he talks to the doctor, and he says, "With the medical kit help any?" And he offers the other doctor's medical kit.
I look at him sternly because I'm still not convinced, but I obviously recognize, and I say I say thank you. Yes,
Yes.
that'll help. And I call for Sophia. I see that Sophia is still out in the courtyard. Please come in and boil some water, Sophia.
And she was reluctant, but yeah, she runs by the two soldiers, kind of wide, goes around the outside, you know, looking at them with these looks like, I'm watching you. She seems to be the little guardian of the place or something. And she
That's
immediately
why.
goes to the stove and takes out, and to your surprise, you see she lifts up this big pan of water. And to your surprise, the water doesn't stink or look greenish or anything. And there must be 3 gallons in there. And she just, or at least four gallons. And she took it from a little hidden spot and she puts it onto the wood stove.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Just a couple of liters, please. It's not too much. We're in a hurry here, and we don't need to boil all the water.
so Susanna is like, "Oh, thank God. Where have you seen the doctor?"
We'll get to that, I think, and I take a quick look at her and feel her forehead. Is she running a fever or how does she
Mm,
look?
make a medical check. Yeah, she's not looking
Medical.
good. She's breathing shallowly.
Aha, that was
Okay,
nice.
Yep. One moment. Yes, she is not only running a fever, she's malnourished, and she
Mm.
also is due.
Huh? In how long?
It's from any time to soon. Uh, from now in the next week, if it, you know what I mean. But you can tell she's like, wow, you're, but she's sweating and stuff, and shaking a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, whoever's in the house, can you please turn your backs or leave the building for a second, and then I'm gonna check her thoroughly.
Mm.
The way you do when a woman is due. Is she
She goes,
will sorry.
yes. Ah, now your relationship. How was your relationship with this group? These were actually one of the people on your rounds. Like you shared a bit of stuff with the doctor. And
Yeah.
so you knew these people, but not as well as he did. You had met them a couple times at the most.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah, well, you tell me how it is. I mean, it's they know me. They know the hippo, the dog, and
mhm.
uh, and Sophia obviously she looked for me for consolation or whatever. And, so
She could use
it's
some antibiotics.
she could use some antibiotics. Okay, now do I have antibiotics in my bag?
The good doctor
Would
has
let's see what he has.
antibiotics in his bag.
That's great. Okay,
He had,
okay,
I think, two of them, wasn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, I think doctor's bags come with a couple of different consumables.
Yeah. So you had some medical kits and antibiotics, a couple antibiotics. So you start to administer medicine and checking her pulse, and it takes this is going to take you a stretch. So this is about
yeah.
6 to 10 minutes. In that meantime, let's quickly decide what everyone else is doing. I'll tell you what the kids are doing. Jacob is staying in the room, and he's kind of holding his aunt's hand. It turns out you know that Susanna is the aunt of those three kids that are here.
Mhm.
Okay? And they are the kids of her sister and father, that brother-in-law.
Yeah.
So you're kind of wondering where Anna and I forget his name real quick a minute. Alexander are. They're
Hmm.
they're the parents of the kids, but they're not here.
Yeah.
You've noticed, and that's worrying you.
Yeah. I'll ask while taking care of her as good as I can. Um, I'm asking her where's your sister? And
Okay, you're distracting her and talking to her as you're doing things, and you discover that she's going to give birth to this baby any day, any day. She's dilated and so on, and further examination in her current state, she'll have to be warmed up, antibiotics, fed, given food and water. There appears to be a lot of water here.
yeah.
Um, so give me another medical check to see if you can improve her condition in the short term.
Oh,
Actually, you already made that roll, technically,
yeah.
and
Okay.
you
Sorry.
succeed. Yeah, and you succeed again regardless. So you successfully. She will alleviate her fever with the antibiotics, and you give her some nutrition and some other doodads you have in your kit, and she seems to look better already. And as you're talking, she tells you that Anna went hunting in the woods, but she should be back. She should have been back by now. And she disappeared, and everybody's on edge. And you see Jacob start to kind of cry because she left yesterday and she should have been back last night, and it's been overnight.
Mm.
And Alexander, he had gone to the town, the nearby town, back to where you guys came from. He had gone to Melun to look for antibiotics and medicine for Susanna in desperation. And he hasn't returned. They both left yesterday, and they said they should be back by evening, but they're both missing. And she starts crying, and Jakob's crying, and Zofia is actually she's talking Polish. Now let's go quickly to our little group. What are you guys going to be doing in this time? Zofia is watching you like a hawk. She's actually standing by the doorway, kind of guarding it. And she shoot her sister back inside with the poker, and she says to Sergey, "Are these your friends?"
Yes, yes, they are all good men. Yes.
Good men. There are no good men. Only Papa.
Uh, uh, you have father? Yes.
Eyes narrow, and she nods.
Yes. Where is? I'd like to talk to.
He'll be back soon. He was
Yeah,
he left
good, good.
yesterday to go search for my aunt, find medicine, but he hasn't come back yet. And her lip quivers a bit.
And he starts putting together that maybe this could be the doctor
No,
that they found. Oh, that's
no,
not the dead guy.
no,
Okay.
no. Alexander. Now you don't know who this is. Sorry, CK. So you're just. She goes.
Uh,
Papa's
okay.
is supposed to be back soon.
Good, good. Yes, we would like very much to speak with him. Yes.
What do you want to do, Evan, during this time? Are you watching the kid, or do whatever you will?
Yeah, I'm kind of after I do a cursory check to make sure the doctor wasn't doing anything untoward in terms of trying to pull something on us. I'm just gonna kind of lean back against the wall with the pistol in my hand and stare the kid down in case she decides to get frisky again.
And the shotgun?
No, I unloaded the shotgun. I've still got my
Yep.
pistol out though.
Okay. Max is kind of, he mutters, he leans in close and he goes, I'll go check on Nick a minute and we'll make sure that gunshot didn't bring any attention, all right? We'll keep an eye on the perimeter. Let us know what's up. We'll be back in a bit. And he humps away. Is that cool?
Yeah, that sounds good.
So you're there left
While,
with Zofia giving you death looks.
while I'm treating Susanna, I'm not looking at them. I'm just asking out in the room. Does anybody have a ration of food or something? Because this woman absolutely needs food sustenance. Anybody?
I look at Sergey and I go, "This is your daycare, man. I told you."
Sergey did not adopt. Sergey came to help. But it does not look like we are in great need here.
What's Sergey got?
I'll ask Sophia then. Sophia, do you have a? I see you have clean water. That's very very good. You're a good girl. Do you have food also?
She shakes her
What food
head.
do you have?
And you can see she's pretty shallow cheeked too. And
Yeah.
Mike, Mike looks at the doctor, looks at the girl. If I'm assuming she's still staring um, daggers at him. He rustles into his pack and grabs one of his MREs, tosses it to the doctor, just 'cause, Jesus fucking Christ, it's getting better and better.
I catch it and I hold his eyes for just 3 seconds, and I wink at him, and then I open up the MREs, and then what is it, pasta this time or what? And then I try to cook up something for Susanna.
nice. The
Thank you.
water's hot, and yeah, she feels much better. And thank you, good. What do you think happened? Like you haven't mentioned yet, but she's still concerned. But she goes, "Oh, Anna and Alexander, my sister. I I think
Did
something
did
bad has happened to them."
did did they were they on foot, both of them? Or did they bike or drive a vehicle or what?
Anna
How did
took
they?
took a bow with her and she went into the forest to try get some food for us.
Yeah.
We are desperate. Uh, things lately have been very strange. A lot of people moving through the place. We've heard engines in the night and gunshots. It happened just a few days ago and it's been terrible.
Yeah, there's been a battle up north. I think maybe that was that what you heard? Well, single
Yes.
gunshots, Susanna, or single gunshots?
Oh, it was much louder a few days ago.
Yeah,
The whole horizon to the north was lit up like a
yeah,
festival.
yeah, yeah,
Something crashed to the east. One of their planes.
Mike kind of perks up a little at that. I was
Do you speak
how
Polish?
far away? What's that?
Do you speak
Oh, that's
Polish?
right. They're speaking Polish.
You can be translating if
yeah, yeah.
if
I,
you
well,
want.
I guess I mean, if we've been in Poland for some year, I get you pick up a smattering of Polish, I guess.
Hmm.
But yeah, okay, yeah, I'll try to translate.
It it was a large
And I
helicopter. Alexander said it was a large helicopter, Soviet. It was trailing
okay,
smoke and crashed in the forest way or to the east. I told Anna not to go into the forest, stay away, but she said we needed food.
how far? How far, Susanna, from here to the east?
She shrugs. We heard a bang. It was a ways away. Couple. I don't know. She shrugs.
Hmm. And Alexander, he was on foot also, too, or what?
And then Jacob pipes up.
Yeah.
It was there's smoke trailed for a day afterward. It was to the that direction, and he points roughly to the southeast.
Well,
There's no smoke now.
uh, Susanna, did why would Anna walk towards the helicopter?
No, no. She went.
She did.
She went. She said she would avoid it. She went to the forest, more
Okay,
to the west.
yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And
There
Alexander
are
went north, right?
north. Yeah. He was in the town you guys drove through. If
Mm-hmm.
these others drove through, pardon me. All right.
Yeah.
So the food, she's grateful. I'll let you guys keep playing. Actually, you guys are doing great. Max comes back cautiously into the building, and he's like, "So far, nobody's come." And you guys fill him in about what's happening, and it's your call. Go ahead. And I'm gonna
Okay,
say
guys.
this shift is over now. We're into the second shift. It's now afternoon, and it's still raining.
Okay, I stand up and my back. Oh, and I address the soldiers then. Say, okay, Yankees. It's I wanna thank you for helping. Thank you for not shooting anyone. Uh, I'm gonna stay in this with this woman because this woman is due any time. So I'm gonna hang around here. Uh, if any of you, this is just a suggestion. Any of you have any hunting skills or anything, I think that we could all do with the little extra food here, especially the kids.
I don't know. Let's see here. I
Perhaps you. Yeah, sorry.
yeah, I was gonna say, um, Mike pushes himself up off the wall and uh, kind of rubs his eyes and goes, "What are we talking about in the forest?"
Well, I don't want to. I mean, you guys are the army guys, but I'm pretty curious about this helicopter. So maybe you could combine a hunting trip with finding out what happened to the helicopter. But it's I mean it's up to you. She'll go on this MRE, this ration for some time, but I have to stay here to make sure that when she delivers, uh, nothing goes wrong. And then I just turn back to Susanne.
And Sergey, where did Sergey end up? Is he in the room? I'm assuming.
Probably somewhere in there.
Yeah. I look over at Sergey. Yeah. What do you think, man?
But what?
My, Mike just kind of gestures vaguely towards the room and back at Sergey with a you know what I'm talking about. Look.
Well, Sergei is no doctor.
Are we gonna are we gonna play 20 fucking questions today, man? Uh, we got a pregnant woman. We got a doctor over here. We got a kid who wants to blow my head off. Nick's still
Uh,
outside. Max is fairly sure nobody's uh, ca- caught our attention with that gunshot. We've got a downed Soviet helicopter to the south. We just ran away from a gas attack and a nuke attack. I mean, throw me a bone here.
to be fair, one correction. Girl wanted to blow my head off before yours. So,
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize we were doing the the thing where the person who almost gets shot first has some sort of priority.
uh, uh, yeah, helicopter sounds interesting, yes, but eh, could be interesting supplies there, or could be more Russians. Who knows? It
Right.
looks like things are in hand here, though. So perhaps we bed down here for the night and get out in the morning, get on the road again, or if we need to go to the helicopter site, we can do. Uh, not
All right.
do not want to stay
Susanna
here too long.
Susanna speaks Polish and urgently to the new doctor, Adam.
Yeah.
And says, "Promise me, you must find them. I sense something terrible has happened. These children need them. I understand these soldiers, they will move on. But you must do this. We need them."
I, First, Susanna, we'll have to take care of you and the little
And she goes,
newborn.
"No," and she grabs you tensely. "I will be okay. I will survive. You will come back. You must go with them. Make sure they bring them back. Promise me." And she holds you with an intensity.
Yeah. Well, I dealt with intense women before, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna just tell her to relax. And everything will be. Don't make me make another persuasion roll, please. But
Mm.
I'll tell her to relax. We will find them. They are competent, both of them. Competent people, both of them. They will they will. I mean, they will survive. I'm sure they will. And then we will find them. First, Susanna, you are pregnant. You're gonna have a child anytime now. I have to be here when you give birth. There can be no doubt about it.
And she quietly, she nods though and is quiet.
That's fine. Whenever I get some time now, I don't want to hog the whole session here, but whenever I get some time alone with Sergey, I'm actually gonna ask him a little more about the dead man that they found. I want to know about the circumstances because this this is very very important to me. So whenever she is a little more relaxed, perhaps even sleeping, or
Hmm.
I'm gonna I'm gonna go up to Sergey and say, hey, you, Sergey was it? Was your name was Sergey?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, please tell me under which circumstances you found the man who was carrying this bag.
Uh, he came upon us, badly injured, stabbed. Uh,
Stabbed.
Stabbed. Yes, he was stabbed, right?
He was,
Did you recall that? Yeah. Okay.
and cleanly in the back.
Yes. He told us we must save Susanna and baby. We thought the worst. We thought that perhaps was in great danger, but it does not appear that we thought perhaps marauders or cannibals or oh God, I cannot believe I'm saying this in this world. But we thought the bad men, and but obviously we are we're not needed. We will be on our way as soon as we can. I can point out where body is to you. Was on a motorcycle.
Yeah, an old unit. Let me just get this straight. Did you guys decide to go here and save this pregnant woman and her kid after meeting the doctor who died? Is that what you did? You
Sergey
decided to
actually.
come. Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
sorry. You
Sergey
decided to
actually.
come here. Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Sergey sort of looks a little bit embarrassed. Uh, Americans have, you know how Americans are. They have a soft spot for children. Yes,
Okay.
very.
I put
Are
it.
they
I
speaking in
put.
English or Polish right now?
Oh, definitely
English.
Polish.
Oh,
I
Oh,
Polish. Yeah, sorry,
definitely
Polish.
Polish.
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, yes. That one there is the worst. Let me tell you. Yes,
Mm,
loves kids. Wants to have
yeah.
20 of his own. He says.
Okay. I put my tired hand, on his shoulder because this. I mean, there might be some hope still in this world if you guys do that. I think, and I look down and I say I think that was a very brave thing to do.
Oh no, Sergey had no part in decision. Sergey is but the driver and translator. Sergey, but
Mm.
thank you anyway. Yes,
Sergey,
and
I
he
need you when this woman has given birth. I need you to take me to the dead man. Did you bury him?
was no time.
No time. Good. So I need you to at least tell me very precisely where I can find him, or take me there. But let's get all this over with first.
So perhaps some of the others could go retrieve body now that the immediate danger is perhaps a bit over exaggerated from what we thought.
Okay, Darren. The
Hmm.
last thing now for me, and then I'll shut up. I know I knew the route roughly of Piotr.
Hmm.
So if he was stabbed in the back, can I get some kind of I mean is his journal in the doctor's bag? I want to know where he was before he got stabbed.
Ah, no, good call. Um, I don't know who has the bag or what you did with his logbook, his notebook, but they can produce it.
Um, Sergey took the doctor's bag. I needed the backpack, so I took that. I don't know if the logbook was in the actual bag or in his doctor's.
No, it was on his person, the logbook.
Oh, okay.
It was like in his, inside. He actually had an old tweed jacket he wore, sort of his call sign thing. And inside
Okay.
pocket, he kept this logbook.
Yeah, I mean, I don't speak Polish, so I would not have been the guy who would have taken that. I don't know
And
if
so,
Sergey would.
is sorry, Eric, are you back? He thought he said he was back. He's muted right now, by the way, Eric, if you are talking. And I appreciate everybody. You're doing a great job. I'm just sitting back, kind of watching this film go. It's very interesting. And again, I don't want to script anything. If you guys leave, that's fine. You leave. Now there's going to be hitches with obviously Jesper's character and so on, but there are other things going to happen. But I'm just letting things roll for the moment. Okay. Um, the direction you've gone in this dialogue is wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, as far as Mike's concerned, he's not itching to go out and search for a helicopter that may or may not have Russians on it, or for that matter, go out looking for people who may or may not be alive still. But um, he's doesn't really understand what these guys are saying because they're speaking in Polish. So he's just kind of trying to keep an eye out and make sure that nothing's sneaking up on us. But as things keep moving forward, he's gonna start to get a little impatient as far as uh, these two guys talking like the nail techs at a Vietnamese nail salon and you know talking in a language he doesn't understand.
Yeah, Sergey will at some point kind of probably notice this and smile and flash a big thumbs up and say, "He's all good, John Wayne. Yes, yes, he's friend. He's a skilled doctor. Yes."
As you say that, sorry, great cue. Susanna suddenly gives out a moan, and Adam, you spin back and you're on it, pulse and everything. You got her all. You see her waters broke.
Yeah. Great. Okay, guys. Um, I'll need the room,
All right.
and then I say to
Sergey will.
Sophia, yeah, Sophia, now you're gonna help me because I think your aunt is going to deliver a little baby.
At the same time, you hear the alarm hoot from outside. Nick is putting out an alarm, like this. This is means danger approaching. Hoot.
Um, Mike will go to one of the windows facing out towards the road and see if he can see any movement, any lights, anything like that.
Also, Doctor, your dog
Hmm?
gives out a little bit of
Exactly.
its yip kind of growl.
Oh yeah. Okay, Hippo. You stay, Hippo. Uh, would somebody bring me my rifle? It's out there with the bike. No need to leave it out there.
Uh, Max looks at you guys and he looks at Evan for confirmation.
And Mike just kind of gives him a quick nod and goes, just make sure nobody sees you. Grab the bike, grab the gun, um, and get back in here as soon as you can.
Excellent. Okay, so he scoots out, heads out that way. Evan, you heard the alarm. The dog is a low little whimper growl. Everyone can declare their actions now. There's potential danger. You can't see what Nick sees, is what I'm getting at as well.
Right. All right. So Max is there. And that there. All right.
I hate to do this. I've actually got to step away for just a second. I've got a dog that's demanding to be taken out. So
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, life comes into our games.
um.
I'm gonna tell Jakob to keep a lookout to the southeast. He doesn't need to see his aunt give birth anyway.
Yeah, Jakob actually is. She takes Lena's hand, and they go into the living room
Mm.
and leave you alone with Susanna and the dog. And Zofia there is there though. She goes, "I can help. I can stay. She's my aunt."
Yeah, I give her a quick look. Okay, yeah, someone's back. Yeah, okay, you
Oh,
help. You take her hand here, Sophia, and then I'll just wash her.
okay. She is giving birth. You can tell it's like what's happening. Um, Max or Eric, last
Yes.
we're okay. Welcome back. A lot's happened. It's been intense. Um, they've diffused the situation temporarily, and they've met this family called the Bartos family. And at the moment, one of the aunts is giving birth. Her water just broke.
Oh.
Yes, she has two nieces and a nephew in the building as well, and their parents are missing. The father, named Alexander, went to the village of Mulan, the town you guys drove through, in desperation to find antibiotics or some medicine to help Susanna, who's running a fever. The mother of the three children went into the forest to the south to get food because they're desperate. They're starving, this group. And she didn't come back. They're both missing, and they're both late. They were supposed to be here yesterday, and it's been the next day now. They've been missing overnight. But Nick, who's been posted up this whole time in the tree line, has given a signal that there is a threat approaching, and you can't see the threat. Nick saw it, obviously, and right now we're just moving around. The doctor you just met, this guy who kind of helped defuse the situation, um, has asked you to get his rifle. It was an old hunting bolt-action rifle, but still in good shape. And you did so just as you were bringing his rifle back to him. You saw this woman on the mattress, and he's just like, "Okay, hurry, hurry!" And you put the rifle beside him, and he's busy focusing on this woman who's just gone into labor.
Hmm. Okay.
There is an imminent danger, apparently. The signal's been drawn out. The kids have gone in the living room, and they kind of go into this mode where they all hide in various spots. They kind of disappear in the house. You're not, where'd they go? The two younger ones. Zofia, though, is with the doctor helping in the birth, apparently. Did I get that right, everyone?
Yep.
Yeah, there was a helicopter crash to the south
Southeast.
as well, but that didn't happen
That
while
was
you were
like
gone.
3 days ago. That was when the
Yeah.
big battle happened. There was this a big helicopter, big Soviet helicopter crashed.
I mean, is there anything Soviet that's not big?
True. Yeah, and then Anna, the aunt, went to the south, the forest, to hunt, and the uncle went to the town.
So the main thing right now is Nick's seen something, and we got to figure out what he's seen.
Hmm. All right, so you have apparently a little bit of time to move or post around. To put you on the spot, Max is just given the rifle to the doctor and is leaving, and going to post up or whatever. You haven't been in real tight communication with Nick, but he did give a signal something's coming.
Okay. So, uh, try to get Nick into the compound with us. I guess. I'll go to the second floor and motion for Nick to come on in.
Okay, so you find actually this building is single floor. Pardon me.
Oh, I thought you said it was two
I
floors.
did, and I was wrong. Pardon
Okay,
me.
I'll go
Yeah.
back to the window we climbed in and motion for Nick to.
No, but he's motioning. Negative.
Oh, he's motioning for me to come to him, or how's he motioning?
It depends. Are you his buddy?
No, but we're military, so our
So
signals
he gives you a
be
signal.
similar.
2 bogeys. Southeast.
Southeast. Okay. All right. Hey guys. Nick says we got two bad guys or two possible bad guys coming in from the southeast. So I'll go over here to this window here, take up position inside. Doggone it.
All right. Now, I kind of wish Nick was here, but that's fine. I'll let you. So Max, you post up on the corner there, looking out,
Yes.
and pan the area.
I've got binoculars, so you want me to use those with a reconnaissance roll?
Yes. Okay.
All right,
And while you do that, everyone else,
Sure.
tell me what you're gonna do. In the next, what is it called, an instant? The next 4 to 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's just a turn.
Turn.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Now remember, I've let y'all know that we've got contact.
Hmm.
And it's southeast.
Correct.
As it is right now, Mike is going to keep an eye on the northern sector, just in case something else is coming on the other way. It doesn't sound like it's particularly organized, but you never want to assume anything.
Yep. Okay, so the seconds tick by. Max, what was your recon roll? 2 successes.
Yeah.
Okay, you see a figure emerge from the tree line here, and he'd been quite sneaky. You can make out fatigues, and right away you can tell it's a Soviet soldier. He doesn't have a helmet on. He's got a headband on at the moment, and he's very cautious. He's got an SVT, Dragunov.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
And he's in this area now. And Nick probably sees him as well. And this guy is scoping the building out with his rifle. He's down on a knee beside a tree, and he's watching. And then another figure emerges on his left. So let me just give me a second. And the figure on his left is watching, and they're cautious. You can tell they're professional soldiers, etc.
Yeah, so I see him.
Yes.
All right, so I let the rest of the guys know we got a possible scout sniper team to our southwest, approximately, let's see, 12 meters. That don't make sense.
No, it's each hex is 10 meters.
About 60 meters from our position, 60 meters southeast. In real life, we'd say 50.
Yeah.
Just
And they're
inside the tree line.
they're observing the building. You think
So he
they've
sees
spotted
me.
the smoke, and the
I'm sure they
gunshot might have been a thing.
Mm-hmm. What do I see the second guy? I know the first guy's got a Dragunov, but what does the second guy got?
He's got an AK with, you think it's got a GP on it. GP30, I think it is.
Oh, the
Yeah,
grenade launcher?
There's
Yeah.
25s and 30s.
The one on this one here, and he's got he's talking, appears, to the other guy a little ways away. and it's hard to tell. And then he moves out of sight. You know what I mean? And but the guy with the SVT, he is scoped in on the building.
Any other distinguishing features like bandages on the other guy? Anything that I can tell, or so I can relate to
The
the rest of the deal?
rain and darkness. That's about
Oh, it's
it.
dark.
No, not dark, but it's overcast heavily, and they're in the trees. So it's another -1. So give me a recon roll. Fair
Oh,
enough.
I did.
Okay. And how
See it.
many you got? 2 successes.
2, I think.
Yeah, so you could make the details I told you, and that's about it.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
And I've relayed all that to the rest of the crew, including the civilians.
Now, Doctor, something intense is going on. You can see suddenly the soldiers go into this mode. They're all of a sudden, and you hear things chicken, and they move quickly in their professional manner. You've seen soldiers move. And Susanna, you realize that there's something going on intensely. There's danger, immediate. And Susanna is trying to hold her back. You know, she's trying not to moan and yell out because she senses something as well. And the dog is whimpering a little bit beside you, but she's like going into labor. And so I suppose you're sort of bound here and holding in, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I would like. I love my old bolt action rifle. I would have liked a sidearm, just a pistol or something. But hey, maybe I can pick that up at some point. I'm going to put my hand over Susanna's mouth just lightly, and make it go shh. I guess she senses that something's going on.
She nods. She's tough and but quivering a bit
Yeah,
and
I'll
going
give her something to bite on, a belt or something that she can wrap her, bite into.
good. So she nods and gripping. She's got the hand of Zofia, death grip.
Hmm.
Evan, you don't see anything in the north, but Max is like 2 bogeys south.
I think I'm gonna stay where I am. Max has a decent rifle, and Nick's got his grenade launcher on his 203 if they need it. Um, and I'll get as close as I can to Max without making too much noise and say, um, you guys know what to do, but if they start coming this way, I'd say wait for them to get halfway across that field and then smoke them.
Okay. Everyone's sort of set up where they want to be set up in that 4 to 10 seconds.
Yep.
Okay. Evan, give me a second. Or Nick, pardon me. Nick has just stationed up. He's going to put an overwatch on that sniper. If that's a thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the soldier gets up suddenly and cautiously moves through the tree line and disappears from sight. The sniper is staying put. He's scoping the house. Max, can you give me a recon roll? Minus
Sure.
-2. Okay, you catch sight of that soldier, and he's coming back to the tree line. And he hasn't detected much. He crouches down for a moment, and then he yells something out to the other guy in
Okay. Well,
Russian.
that means he doesn't see us
Possibly, probably not.
or think we're a possible threat.
Yeah, because I don't know if any of you speak Russian or if anyone could hear him, but he speaks in a tone that kind of carries just to his buddy if he can help it. You know what I mean?
Do I still have line of sight with Nick? I'm gonna go ahead and assume I do.
Yes.
Or okay, so I motion back to Nick that you got at least one coming towards you.
Okay, could you give me a command roll to see if you can
Sure.
convey that to him?
No modifiers.
Nope. Okay, Nick is really hunkered down. He might have sensed something. He's kind of out of sight somewhat. It's hard. The soldier, to your surprise, he emerges from the tree line cautiously, and he moves to this strange structure here. And you hadn't really noticed it before, but there appears to be a piece of wooden structure that was like a lid. And he goes up to it and he investigates it quickly. He slides it to the side and looks into what appears to be a well. And he says something back to his buddy. Da 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 da. And his buddy says something back. Anyone want to do anything, or are you just observing for the moment?
Still observing.
Yep.
They haven't done anything offensive yet.
Okay, then a Soviet soldier walks through the open and he comes up to the back of the building. And it looks like he's gonna come up and start looking in windows and doors.
I guess put my back to the next to the window and hope that he doesn't put his head all the way in there. Motion for Sergey to do the same thing, which Sergey's already trying to get in a empty trunk, I see.
Jesper,
Yeah.
you're there and you can sense there's an ominous quiet over the whole place and everyone's tense as soldiers. And your dog is crouched down, but it knows better. It's not making a noise. Okay? I'm going to roll for the soldier. Okay, the soldier shrugs, and to your surprise, turns and walks back to the well, and he starts to you see he's working the well. He's throwing a rope down, and he says something to his buddy in the bush, and he appears to be drawing water. And the mystery of the clean water of this place is becoming apparent.
Yeah. Excuse me. Did you? Well, you called out to me. Did he see me and Susanna?
No, no,
Yeah, fine.
you've taken precautions and such, yeah.
Yep. Thanks. Good.
And then I rolled to see if he heard anything or smelled anything or whatever. But for the moment, he's just checked it out and coming back.
That's so they're thirsty, so and we know his buddy's providing overwatch for him.
Mm-hmm. So he finishes drawing some water and filling a canteen or two, and then his buddy is still staying there, posted up. Seems a cautious type. Now Nick, meanwhile, he motioned to you that he's going into the woods. And I'm gonna roll to see if he's sneaking around. Am I taking liberties here?
I don't know that Poach would necessarily move, especially if they haven't done anything offensive, just because movement tends to draw the eye.
Yeah, I know, and I just thought of that I was taking liberties. Pardon me. You're absolutely right. He would stay posted up for the moment because he's got an overwatch on that sniper. So why would he move? Pardon me.
No.
Okay, everybody, tense moment. I'm just going to draw a card here. If anyone needs to do anything, just speak up. Okay, the guy turns around and he walks right up to the doorway. He's coming in the building. He says something to his comrade and he walks, unless you stop or do anything. It looks like he's coming inside. He's he points at the smokestack, the smoke coming out of the building. Now, just to let you know, and I know I'm being picky, but that's something too to think about. Like if a gunshot goes off, put out the fire, sort of thing. I know
Yeah.
I'm being a bit retro myself,
No, that's a
but
good point, though.
he
Too
comes.
late. They've
He's
already seen the fire.
yeah. He's gonna enter the building. He's coming your way, Max.
All right, well, crouched. I'm gonna go into the prone and take a beat on that doorway. Flip my selector switch to fire. Just hopefully he doesn't. If he comes in, where's Evan at?
I'm up covering the front.
Shit, so he's not gonna see it. So it's me and Sergey. I'm just
Yep.
man, this is
Yeah,
God.
Sergey's gonna draw his knife and sort of flatten himself against beside the doorway.
Okay, so whoever has the lowest recon between the two of you has to make a recon check, and I'll make one for the soldier to see if he happens to hear or see something that gives you away.
Reconnaissance is a D. What do you got, Sergey?
Yeah, pair of A's. So
This guy got one success, so you have to tie that or better it.
There you go.
All right, so he's gonna come inside, and I guess you shoot him.
Unfortunately, I don't have much of a choice.
All right,
So yeah, I squeeze the trigger. Hang on, give me M16.
I'll give you the shot because he did not sense you. I should have rolled for the sniper.
Hang on. It's
So don't forget to rate of fire.
oh yeah, but it's not letting me. It's saying that I don't have a magazine in my weapon.
Ah, well, better load that sucker.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
No,
Because I went through a magazine the last time, and then I did reload.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
It might have reset during
yeah.
the.
Oh,
Let me
and
see.
I think I've discovered the problem with why we're switching because I'm using the old characters from the old file, dragging them on, and I have to update those. So anyway, I'll get on that. Foundry is a little bit tricky. So we have some combat. I'm going to be doing initiative soon. If these guys survive your guys' ambush.
Do I all right? Do I have any modifiers on this?
No, you got them standing there.
Weird thing is, it says my rate of fire is only 1. I was gonna go 3. That's weird.
Oh, in your
It's
in
not
your
a 1-to-1 rate of fire. Like my machine gun has a rate of fire of 6, but you could actually blow through, like 15, 20 rounds.
I'm gonna roll it. Here we go. Firing.
Oof.
what was your rate of fire?
It just said 1. It wouldn't let me go anymore.
Okay, so I think the problem is here. Just bear with me. If you open up your character,
Roger that.
go to gear and go to your
am.
actual M16, right?
That's what I did.
There's no ammo left on the magazine, so you have to go to edit, and you have to go to the magazine option and scroll into a full mag.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take whatever I just rolled there. Just so
No,
sake.
no. Let's sort this out. That was a fair assessment here. Go ahead and try now with your M16, and you should be able to get that rate of fire of 3 on it. That doesn't mean you're shooting 3 bullets, like he said. For every
I'm
round you
going with
add
3.
is D6 rounds you're shooting, actually.
And it did. Oh, really? So it's D6 for every.
Yeah,
I'll just,
it's not a 1-to-1. Like
like you
you
just
having
said.
a rate of fire of 3 doesn't mean you're doing a 3-round burst. It means you're shooting essentially up to 18 rounds.
Yep.
All right. Here I go.
Okay, sort of the same result. You can push that if
was.
you want, but you
Is that?
can't push a 1, and your 6 already got 1 hit.
Yeah, and it's in the head.
No, legs.
Oh, I thought it was in the head.
The
No,
original one was in the head.
Ah,
there's
okay.
an
Yeah, there we go. We're just gonna keep. There's. What's the upside of me pushing an already hit?
you'll get to re-roll your 12-sided and the 2 ammo die. You can't re-roll a 1 on an original
1.
hit, but you will get 2 ammo dice again and your 12-sided, as far as I'm aware. But if
Yeah,
you might get
I'll.
stress or something, right?
I could. That's what I was thinking. A failure or something. Um. Now we'll just keep it that way. We'll keep it that way. Accept it.
hmm So you shoot him in the legs, but he doesn't go down. It's like, Sergey, what did you plan on doing? You have a surprise round in essence.
It's a perfect moment for the spray and pray with the Uzi.
Oh yeah, he does have still has the Uzi, doesn't he? I forgot about that. Uh, yeah. I didn't even have it on the sheet. That may be why I forgot about it. Go grab it then. Yeah, sure, why not? Sergey sees that he was hit, but he does not going down. So let's see what we said. Corset.
Nick is going to shoot as well.
Yeah, I'll let Nick shoot while I'm trying to pull this up.
I was gonna say Nick might actually be 203 in the sniper,
That's probably a better bet. Yeah.
because
Send
I would
All right.
assume he would assume you guys would be shooting that guy,
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, 2 or 3,
and
right?
he would probably 203 because he was itching to use that 203 during the cannibal mission, but I kind of botched that up by getting too close.
Okay, he hits the area, so this guy takes a D explosion. Suddenly there's this big whoomp as Poach launches a grenade at this guy. He hit the hex, so this one is a D, if I'm correct. Just taking a
Yeah, I
quick
think
check.
so. It's probably like the smallest
Yeah.
explosion.
So yeah, that would be 86. Oh, this guy's lucky. Explosion goes off and it whiffs on this guy. He has to make a coolness under fire. He makes it. As far as you can tell, there's an explosion goes off. So I'm going to do initiative quickly.
All right.
Did Sergey ever unload on that
Yeah, I
guy
was
with
gonna
the
say
Uzi?
Sergey.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, I've got the Uzi in. Let me see if I can actually fire it.
Yeah, he's not very good with firearms.
Yeah, his hands are shaking the entire time. What do I need to do in order to get the Uzi? Oh, there we go. Specifically to fire. There we go.
Holy,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Whoa. Was that me?
No, I'm just
That was
doing
you.
initiative for
Oh, okay.
next round.
I was
All
gonna
right.
say, I'm like, holy crap.
All right. I was like, wow, that was a lot of shots. I don't think I have any ammo
Yeah,
dice for it though.
the tree line opens up.
Oh no.
There's
Yeah,
14 soldiers there.
He's just going to sort of look skyward with his eyes, spin out of the doorway, and just do what he can with the Uzi, which isn't much.
Do you want to push that?
Sure, why not? That's yeah. Okay.
It's about right.
Didn't make any difference either way. Yeah.
No, you just and you shot a bunch of bullets. And did you get rate of fire?
Did not. Try that again then. All right.
Yeah, try it
Yes,
again
it,
with rate of fire. Next session, I'll be almost like, oh, if you missed the rate of fire, but it is something you forget.
Well,
So,
this is literally the first time I've fired in this game. So
where's the full auto on this thing? I think Uzis are full
yeah.
auto or nothing.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. There we go.
Uh,
Yeah.
the Mac
Going
10
for it.
is. The Uzi has a single rate.
so it's select fire.
All right. Let's see what it does. Probably nothing. Nope.
Oh, he has to make coolness under fire, and he has to make one anyway from when you
The
originally
sniper
shot him
made
in
it,
the
but
lake. Yeah, this guy. So he is suppressed. He's like, holy cow, some gangsters. But you missed.
There feels big and bad for a few seconds there. So
Excellent. Okay, so if we go to initiative now, it's started. Hippo, the dog, can act, and you can command the dog and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I think that what Hippo would do, that he would run out to the suppressed Soviet soldier and stand astride him. You know, um, because that's what I taught him. Because I think it might be sensible to keep at least one of these guys alive in case they have any kind of information or something. They could be Soviet from the what was it 35th? Was that
Yeah.
it? God thinks or something. I mean, I think it would make sense to keep one of them alive.
Hmm. All right, so that's a pretty complex command. But you said, yeah, get the prey. All right, so give me a
Yeah.
command roll.
Yeah. Well,
And if you want to develop like a real keen commanding with this dog, you can develop your command skill at cost, and I'm okay with that.
exactly.
I think that's kind of neat.
I've I've had him for 4 years, and he's a very smart dog.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Survivor.
when you have let me see here, empathy. Come on, hippo. Oh man, I love you, dog. You are one smart dog.
So your dog heads over there and is going to attack this guy, somewhat disarm him.
Uh, yeah, well, no, wait. You stand astride him. This is what police do, or what guard dogs do. Just slavering in his face, and I mean, you didn't say that, but the hippo is 65, 70 kilos, so that's a lot of
Oh
dog.
wow!
You won't move, So
I'll give him an intimidation roll in the next round.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
fine.
Actually, you can roll this
Just
round because you got there with your fast action. Um,
yeah.
let me see here. Give me a if you can make a persuasion roll with your dog.
Yeah, okay.
You will. This guy will probably be
Oh,
okay. Not.
He just licks him on the face. Hello, friend.
yeah.
Uh-oh. No, it's not maybe turning out that way. We'll see. Max,
Yes.
you're up.
Is he? What kind of dog is that? Does Jesper got?
That's it's called a Broholmer. It's actually
Brohama.
an old Danish dog race. It's
Big
not
dog.
it's not a Great Dane, but I mean it's 70 kilos of dog. It's a big.
That's
It's more. It's like a in US in the south you have these. I know them as hound dogs. These
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
yeah, okay, fine,
Small
good.
horses.
It's
Yes,
like it's like that, only bigger.
I understand. I got you. Okay. Do
Yeah.
I have? Do I have a clear shot? Is the dog blocking my view? Because I was gonna go again, but
I'll give you a clear shot if you do a single shot.
I am. I'll do one single shot. Yes.
Oh no, pardon me. Or you can do a called shot, which is -2.
Ooh. But what about close range? Don't I have a?
Only if they're in the same hex, I think.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do a called shot. Is he down or is he? Because has he gone suppressed yet?
He's suppressed, yeah. He's still got his weapon, and his dog came running into him, but he managed to fend it off. The dog is to the side. He kind of.
I'm just gonna roll a called shot, I guess, to the torso area. I mean,
Yeah.
we're both in the prone, so.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you do -2? Wow. Nice. 2 hits to the head. So you did the weapon damage +1.
That's crit too.
That's a crit. So if you want to, I'll do the roll.
I want to do a
Nice,
combat jack.
nice shot.
Tap tap.
Head and crits are, like you said, they're nasty in this game. Can you guys see that? Oh, damn.
Oh
That-
yeah, that's ugh. Shattered teeth. That's
Jeez.
awesome.
Dude, what?
What happened? I can't
It's
see.
the
What?
crit. If you go on the chat on the far left chat messages, it
You
shows you what the crit is.
Oh.
And the crits are never they're always cringy.
They're cringy.
Oh, it's shattered teeth?
Yeah, I don't think
Oh.
I've ever seen one where I wasn't like, ooh.
Ooh,
But that was enough hits to kill him as well. So you basically shot the bottom part of his face off.
Oh.
And he stumbles
Well,
back. Go ahead.
Hippo will lick him now.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, well, you gotta get meals where you can.
Really?
Good shot.
You're welcome.
And Sergey.
Sergey is, sprayed everything, and then all of a sudden the guy's head blows up, and Sergey looks down at the Uzi, looks at the guy. I think he's gonna probably drop the Uzi and like crouch himself down, get out of the doorway. But yeah, because he can't hit anything. He'll pull out his pistol, I guess. So
Okay, the good doctor.
The good
You-
doctor. Well, am I able to? I guess I was able to see what happened since I could order the dog to. But
Yeah, I kind of gave you the benefit of the doubt because I realized I made a mistake there. You wouldn't actually seen this soldier because there's walls in the way, but your dog took off and went that way. You can call it back if you
okay,
want.
I certainly, most certain, I will. Oh, absolutely.
That would be a fast action, and then you still have a
Yep.
slow action left.
Yeah.
Susanna's, yeah, she's in contractions. She's going to be giving birth pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah. I'll just concentrate on her.
Gotcha.
I'll just make sure. I had my rifle close by, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If there's any, can I just make sure there's one in the chamber, just to make sure.
Okay, I use your action to check everything, and yep, they didn't
Yeah.
disarm it or nothing. Good call. And I just wanted to mention everybody, we're at the 3 hour mark of the session, and
Oh.
so yeah, time went by quickly. We're going to be halting soon. I hope I'm not pushing my luck here. I think we might be able to conclude this little encounter,
Yeah, I'm good.
but I usually say
Yeah.
3 hours ish for a session. So just wanted to mention that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
yeah,
Oh,
I still got a
okay.
while.
Okay, so the kid Jacob, he's hiding. Zofia, now she went and got her shotgun, unless you kept it or something.
I had it with me, but I I'll see her take it, and I'll just give her a little nod.
And she nods back at you, and then she quickly reaches in her pocket and puts a couple shells in it. uh, which Soviet soldier is this? Oh, okay, this guy sees his buddy get shot, and I'm drawing a card here. Bear with me, I threw my cards over here. Jasper, so you know, often when I play NPC, if there's a decision to be made, I feel I'm like, I'm not sure what he would do here. I'll assign a ratio to it and then draw a card. In this case, it would be to decide this guy if he's going to take a shot, because he has a shot, or withdraw.
The red black thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Okay, he takes a shot. So Nick was taking cover. He also has fatigues. So that's -2. This guy is just taking, he's not doing a called shot, he's just doing a shot at him. So he's -2. Just trying to think. Forest. That's -3 actually. This is dense forest, so he's shooting in the dense forest. -3. This guy's shot. Oh, he's got the wrong weapon. Give me 1 second. I got to put a Dragonov in this guy.
Hey, I put that GoPro video in the lighter side of the Discord chat. If you
Saw
guys
that.
wanted to
Yeah.
check out that.
Cool.
The lighter
Yes.
side. Yeah, that's real appropriate.
Oh.
Thank you.
30 rounds.
It's almost as confused. I'm as confused as this combat encounter. I saw the video actually, and it's hardcore. Really, man. It's so confused. I think.
Bugger.
It's like the El Chapo raid.
Ooh,
Yeah.
please
Video.
tell me he's got armor.
Yeah, he does.
Okay. Because sniper rifles do crits.
Yeah, he's got
That armor saved his skin. Now, yes, that armor's degraded its reliability a couple times now, I think. But anyway, I'll get to that. He takes 2 points damage with a torso hit. This guy hit him. Oh. I'm not doing my sound effects today, am I? Okay, let me have a look. All right, next soldier is dead. Susanna, I'm going to make a roll to see if she gives birth right now. Survival roll. Oh, wow. There's a little head coming out, Doctor. In the middle of a firefight.
Push, 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 push.
So, Evan, you're up. Sorry, guys, I have to quick run upstairs real fast.
Sure.
Be right back.
Man, Poach doesn't have much in the way of firepower than the 203, does he?
He's got the M16.
Well, I've always just the M203 is what we've always just called it. I thought he was a sniper for some reason.
No, no marksman in this group.
Apparently, I should have been one.
You're welcome to my bolt action rifle.
No, that'll
Yeah.
jinx it.
I think it definitely should have been Sergey. So, yeah.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah,
Definitely a
well,
Mac Daddy.
can't hit anything with a gun, but anything else, not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, he's gotten out of having to shoot a gun quite a few times when he should
Yeah,
have.
he has.
Which,
Okay.
given how well he shot the gun
The
there. He probably
Uzi,
should have
yeah.
gotten out of shooting another time. But
He
yeah,
probably hit Nick somehow. All right, excellent. So part of me, that role was to actually see when she went in labor, she's actually hemorrhaging. Jesper.
Yeah.
So
So
there's a lot
what
of
I
blood coming,
hmm
and you
yeah.
realize I'll leave that when it's your turn how you can help. But
hmm
it's there's you're a doctor, you know this is bad.
Okay. Too much blood.
Yes. But it's Evan's turn.
All right. Mike is gonna try and he's gonna move down here, and um, let's see, where is it? There we go. Prone. There we go. Kind of drop the bipod onto the windowsill of one of the windows and start taking a shot at where he sees the smoke um, from Nick's 203.
Okay, mechanically, you can either be prone and then you can pop up fast action, shoot slow action, and then go down again. That's a thing
Okay.
you can do in this game. Or you can post up. Now, if you have a machine gun, light machine gun, you can't do that without the -2. Because that thing you have to actually brace on something. In that case, you would be kneeling behind the door or the wall, behind the window, gaining the cover of the wall, rather than being
Right.
prone.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That makes more sense.
But I just want everyone to know there's some trippy mechanics in this game. You can do that. You can actually use your fast action and bob up, fast, slow action shoot -2 because snap shot, and then you can go prone for free.
Yeah, that's not really conducive to a light machine gun,
No,
but um, if you ever
because you'll be
use
-4
something else, yeah,
on your
yeah.
pop-up shot, just to begin with.
All right. So, uh, gotta go here. 100.
Taking a shot?
Yeah, yeah. That's what, -1 for not aiming?
-2 because of dense forest. And then the rain is not, so -3 altogether.
All right, -2 because of the machine gun. Um,
Might just want to try to suppress them.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, you actually got a couple hits. Oh, wow. In the torso. This guy does not have a flak jacket on. So that will be a
And
crit
it's,
hit, I think, right? And your
yeah, it's
range, you were in range. That was 6 hexes?
Oh yeah, he was in
Or
range.
5, yeah, okay. Yeah, no problem. Wow, good shot.
except for the
Uh,
last time when it jammed on him. Piece of shit.
these,
Yeah.
these tracers fly across and oops.
What are you, Evan? What are you running?
It's actually,
Oh.
I'm referring to it as an M100 saw, which
Oh,
is
saw. Okay.
it's basically the Singapore M or Ultimax 100, but I gamed it into this timeline where basically the U.S. wasn't sure if FN could still make saws to as fast as they needed them to once combat started. So they started contracting with other countries for like special forces and security police and stuff. So it's technically like not your standard saw that Max would probably be familiar with.
Gotcha.
So your bullets arc into the tree line, the tracers you can see and such, and you definitely hit him. And he stumbles, yeah, and stumbles, but doesn't quite collapse. It doesn't drop him. Like you see him hit, he stumbles. You didn't take him out, apparently. You broke some ribs.
Ooh,
How did that happen?
I know, right? It's broken ribs. You hurt him, but he's still active in whatever capacity. We'll find out. So Nick, he's pissed off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That M16's got range on that, doesn't it? Range
Yeah, I think it's the same.
6. Actually, it's just out of range. He can still
Oh
shoot,
yeah.
but he's -1. And he will. Oh, this guy has to make cool center fire. Hold on. I have to get that. And he fails, so this guy goes prone, and it lit him up. All right. And Nick's gonna finish him because he just starts shooting. He's like, "You son of a bitch." He's a rifleman. It's -2 because of the forest, and then another one because he's prone, and another one because he's out of range. And yeah, you see he lights him up, and you see the guy's arm go up for a second. He tries to stand up and run, and then just drops straight on his face like a sack of potatoes. As he just puts like another 4 rounds in the side of him. You just see this red mist pop out. And Max, you're watching, and Evan, you see this, and it's like, yeah, he dead.
Yep.
Where is?
Pull out the binoculars and double check.
Yeah, there's no movement. Well, he might be alive. Well, but there's he's
Yeah, in a very technical sense.
splayed out. All right. So the silence descends over the firefight, and we're gonna zip around unless somebody has something. Okay, Lena, she's kind of the younger one. She's still hiding with her brother for the moment. The dog now comes back into the room, Jesper. I suppose and it's seems to be
Lick.
concerned, whimpering a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, just
So
because you see the woman is in pain and there's a lot of blood.
yeah. I guess that what he would do is that he would lick her face, which is not going to make it any prettier since he was yeah.
Oh, well, it might comfort toy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway, this I mean I know you get drugs to I know you can massage and compress and stuff, if people have bleeding. But
mhm.
there's also a certain drug, I don't remember what it is right now, but there's a certain drug that actually helps you contract tissue because obviously, see, there's some kind of tear or something. We need to get the kit and the oh man, what's the English word? The thing that comes out with the kit.
Oh, yeah. Well, the medical kit and then the surgery kit.
No, no,
You need the surgery
I'm
kit.
yeah, no, no, I'm talking about when women give birth,
The
they
placenta.
thank you very much. Placenta, yeah, that's it. There's you got to get everything out,
Mhm.
and then make sure that any tears or something are stopped, and you can actually massage people
Okay.
from the outside, but the drug is key. So I hope that good old Piotr had that exact drug in his since he was visiting Susanna.
There's a chance he may, because he knew, and he knew she was young, this girl, and so on. Um, but we'll get to that. That's great. That's because she has given birth, and then you realize, yeah, you'll also have the surgery kit handy because you may have to suture and stuff.
Exactly.
But Max, is there anything you wanted to do while this is happening? You can hear now that there's this kind of these moans and sound of a woman in labor. Uh, Somewhat stifled
Yeah.
though. Doing an impressive job.
I appreciate that. I'm not. I'm not much on the childbirth thing, even in real life. So maybe I'll go check out the dude I just smoked. See if there's
Yeah,
anything worth retrieving off of his body.
good call. Nick gives you the thumbs up that it's clear so far, and he's moving down the tree line with caution toward the other body.
I tell him to hold up, and I'll roll with him. That way, we got two
Okay.
on one. So I want to check him out first, the guy closest to me right here.
Yeah.
At least get the gear and throw it back inside.
He has a classic Soviet helmet. The other guy had a headband on. This guy's just got a helmet. He's got an AK-74,
Okay.
which is a pretty decent.
Yeah, but I thought you
rifle.
said one of my rounds hit it.
Did I say that?
I didn't
Thought you
hear
did.
that.
Okay, never mind. Never
Nope.
mind. My PTSD. Never mind. Different.
He had an AK-74, and he has one reload, so he has two mags.
Okay. Take those and place those inside the whatchamacallit, the
And
structure.
this guy reminds you of a soldier that you fought 3 days ago at the battle.
I just put that in the back of my head.
Yeah, he's one of these fuckers from the guards division.
Was there any extra rounds for the GP30?
Yes, he has 3 rounds.
Oh, okay, it's good to know.
Mm-hmm. He also he just filled up his canteen of water. So he has 3 rations of water. He's got no food on him, no flak jacket, but he's like basically a Soviet soldier. A bit rough, for 3 days they've been who knows what. He's bruised up a bit, scratched. Might even have a bandage on his shin or something.
What about
Max,
his
if you want to
clothes?
go check the other guy, I'll pat this guy down for anything
All
notable.
right. So me and Nick roll. Not Nick, is it? Yeah, Nick. Roll down here.
Yeah. All right, so I'll just move this along because there happens to be, like, Nick's being very cautious. I'm going to give him a recon roll just to keep everybody honest. Oh. Well, if there's somebody there, he doesn't see him. Not that he really knows that, but Nick rolls up to this guy and you discover he has a Dragunov sniper rifle. It's pretty beat up. It looks like it's been recently dropped from 50 feet or something. Its reliability number is like 2. And he has 2 mags for it.
Of course, let Nick pick it up and he can have it.
This guy doesn't have a helmet. He doesn't have, and he's decked out like he would be like the squad designated marksman.
Any hand grenades? Anything useful for us to take other than?
No grenades, but he has. This guy has 2 MREs, and he has a bandage kit.
Okay.
And to your surprise, he has a damaged radio, and you realize that Nick had shot a hole through it. And it's a big, clunky, shoebox thing.
I might be able to fix that. So we'll take it.
Okay, and I'll get the exact name for it. I forget it at the moment.
I think it's the R158, like the platoon radio.
Yeah, real clunky, and you would short range, very short range. Okay, so getting to our climax here, and I'll move Sergey. What were you up to? As you hear this woman in labor, and the doctor's giving orders to Sophia, and there's hot water, and they're bringing surgical kit and laying it out beside him on this towel and trying to keep everything sanitary, but it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, well, part of me kind of has this vision of the doctor being there, ready for the kid to come out, and Sergei's head just popping up behind him with the cigarette dangling out of his mouth, looking over his shoulder. But we're not going to do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, he'll stay in the other room, maybe try to talk to the kids and everything a little bit, do his social thing.
So Jacob, to your surprise, comes out, and he's a curious little boy, and he hasn't said anything yet. You haven't heard a peep out of the boy. And he does this thing with his hands toward you. And then she says, he's mute.
Oh,
He's asking what your name is.
I am Sergei. Hearing is fine for him, yes?
And he nods.
Good, good. I am Sergei. What is your name?
Jacob, his sister automatically.
Ah, Jacob.
He's
Yes,
9 years
I am
old.
very, very happy. And I am very happy to meet you as well, young lady. What is your name?
I'm Lena.
Nina. Yes, beautiful name, beautiful children. Very happy to meet both of you. How old are you?
I'm 11, and he's 9. They look a little young, but
Ah, ah, excellent, excellent. Well, I am glad that we could visit for a little while. Do not worry, everything will be fine. Everything will be good. You understand? Was very scary. Yes, yes.
they, of course, nod, and that's more or less what they've known, too.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Well, bad men are gone now. Uh, Nothing to worry about now. And he fishes around his pockets looking for like candy or something. He pulls out a couple of cigarettes, thinks about it for a second, puts them back. He may come up with like a couple of like hard candy things that he found somewhere along the way, and sort of pass them
Oh,
out.
wow. Wow, suddenly they're sitting on your lap and hugging you.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't want that, but yeah,
Stop.
but yeah, you put out cigarette, get burned. Um, he's already lost one cigarette today. He doesn't want to lose another one. But yeah, he's just gonna kind of do the social thing, make friends, try to calm the children, all that. So.
So they take a liking to Sergei. All it took was some stale caramel candies. But
As
they,
Mike
Yeah, well,
passes
some of that.
by to check on the dead body, he looks over at Sergey and goes, "Oh, that's beautiful, man. Hopefully their house broken." Keeps walking.
Sergey says something in Russian that you don't understand to you, but you do understand the gesture that accompanies it behind his back.
Yeah. Promises, Sergey.
Yeah, that's
and
pretty much it for him.
the doctor, now things have gotten serious. There's suddenly a baby emerges,
yeah.
and there's a baby. It's this kind of green and blue thing. All sorts of stuff happening, blood. You realize that you have to operate. Um,
Right.
you're thinking now you might be able to save both. You're hoping.
Mhm.
There's some complications here, yes, like you said, issues with not getting too many details,
Mhm.
but you're going to have to make a medical check, and now you do have bonuses. Don't forget to add them all up. It's a pretty big roll. I don't mean to get too dramatic, but
Mhm.
you realize that you may have to make a choice if you don't get a high enough roll.
Oh, you bastard! Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah.
As our
Well, I got treating Susanna. I have this field surgeon thing, which gives me a +1
one,
for
you got,
critical.
you got a surgery
Things.
kit.
Yeah.
That's another plus.
2. So that will be 2.
Now you're going to try save both, so I'm going to say you're -2. You can
Okay.
focus on one if you want with no minus, and take chances with the other.
Ah, thank you. But come on, it's I'm a doctor. I have
Mm-hmm.
to save them both if I can.
I will say
So
minus one.
it'll
Minus one.
minus one. So that I'll end up on a B then, as it is.
Well, when you hit your medical aid, you just hit the
Yeah.
modifier up or down, how many we've had. So your minus is minus one. Basically, you get one for surgical kit, one for your specialty, correct?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you're plus
Exactly.
one altogether.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. I'm just working it. I have it here. That's fine. Plus one. All right. I roll.
All right, Sergey. Yeah, we're just going to be concluding here with
Yep. Sorry, gotta go pick up a kid. Thanks, appreciate it.
gotcha.
Talk to you later.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, I'm
Phew.
good. I can stay as long as y'all want.
Yeah, Sergey, thank you so much. And we're kind of coming to conclusion here. It's yay. He made the roll.
Good job,
um,
Jesper.
yes, and
But
it
hey,
was
hey.
difficult. What
Did he say
happens?
close up?
I'll let you speak,
Uh,
doctor. What happens?
Yeah, okay. No, it's I just want to say if anybody is leaving, I mean it's been a long, but it's been a great session. I really had fun. I these two dead guys, I was pretty worried about. They seemed to know where the well was, or is that me making stuff up? I mean, if they are part of a group or
Yes,
something,
they did.
will
Well, that's a good call, but you would have found. Yeah, sorry. I'll be quiet.
okay. Yeah, no, no, yeah, okay. But I'm just, I don't want to. Let's not have visitors a little later. I mean, and if they have a radio, they're probably supposed to call back at some point, or what? I don't be, I don't know how you guys are military. If you know what will happen.
Now, Jesper,
Yeah,
I'm going to focus you on the scene.
yeah. Why not? Go ahead.
Yes, Evan pokes his head in and steps into the room because he realizes he hears a wailing of a baby.
Yeah.
Sir, everybody hears a wailing of a baby. Um, and people start to come into the room. Susanna, you've managed to you worked quickly, and your fingers moved faster than they ever have as you sutured a wound, and then you quickly turned and dealt with a possible backflux infection from the umbilical cord and sutured that. It took you only moments, and you were working in this mode. And you look down on this baby, and now you had to do the old move where you quickly lifted it up, like it was all instinct and training, and
And
you kind of spank it, yeah,
uh,
and it starts to squawk and cry.
do we have a boy or a girl?
You tell me.
Okay. Can I roll a die? I mean, odd
Yeah,
would be a girl, even would be a guy.
odd
Yeah.
girl. Okay.
And how do you? I don't know how to do that. I don't want to prolong this
No, go in
if
the dice
anybody.
tray, hit any die. If it's
Uh,
an odd number, it's a
oh
girl.
yeah, it's here. It's here. I got here. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh,
It's a girl.
boom! It's another girl.
And there's a little girl, and everybody comes into the room, not to get too dramatic, or not everybody. There's those people posting up and looting bodies. Uh, the contrast. But the family gathers around, and there's a moment, of course, and the doctor is there and checking her pulse, and she's stabled. You've saved her life, and you've saved the baby's life. And you've stabilized the mother, and she is, yeah, she's going to name the baby. She asks you to name the baby. And the
Okay.
dog is kind of happy and yelping in delight, and there's a nostalgic moment.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Okay, let's name her. Let's name her Anna, like her mother, or
Her aunt.
her aunt. Yeah, let's make her Anna.
And you
And
know her aunt
you,
was a strong woman.
yeah. So we have a little Anna then. And then
And
before anything gets too soppy, I just want to underline. I really think that we should concentrate on defense
mhm.
because I don't. I don't. If
Concentrate
they
on what?
if on defense,
Mhm.
if these guys knew there was a well and they have a radio, consequently they have friends, you know, or maybe we should just get the hell out of
Yeah.
Dodge or
Oh,
whatever
I
you say.
agree,
It's
but we're not going to be able to move her. She just
that
gave
is
birth and she just got through with the surgery.
you got it.
So you guys are having a quick huddle, let's say. You guys quickly go in the
All right.
living room, okay? And you let the family be together for a while. And your dog is kind of out in the courtyard sniffing around. Nick's
Um,
posted up. Go
can I
ahead,
start
Max.
working on the radio?
Oh, okay. You'd need a shift to
That's
to
fine.
fix that
I,
sucker, or
I guess
even,
if
and you'll need electronics components and
well,
possibly tools. You need electronic tools as well,
I don't
because
think I got that.
you'll need like like electrodes, and a soldering gun.
Yeah, I don't have. I just got weapon tools.
You'd be surprised what Sergey has in his car.
Yeah, but Sergey's gonna have to go and get all that stuff. Well, he's gonna have to drive it up here, I guess. He could.
Yeah.
And we're gonna need a bigger car.
Hmm.
You're gonna need to hide the car.
Hmm.
Ours already kind of hidden, isn't it?
It is. We camouflaged or we concealed it. We're also gonna have to do something with the bodies too. Uh, I would like to dig a grave, but then again, yeah, we need to dig a grave. Because I was under the impression that the guys were just scouting, doing a reconnaissance, and they just came across that well. It didn't dawn on me that they possibly already knew the location.
That's what you said, Darren, wasn't it? That he moved. He kind of moved
No,
underneath his
I
house.
did
You know, he
miss.
said
I
he rolled
misspoke.
over it. He just saw it, and he
Yeah,
moved.
I misspoke. Sorry, Jasper. Yeah, and I
Okay.
realize now I have to be careful
So
because you're absolutely right.
it's a reasonable assumption, but at the same time, I mean, whether they knew the well was there or not, I ripped off about half a mag on a saw, and Nick launched a 203 round. So I don't, whether they know we were there, it was there or not before, they sure as fuck do now.
Well, I'm talking to the military guys here that Sergey included, uh, and I'm just gonna say it straight up. These guys don't mean shit to me. If we need to leave, it's us. Uh, I don't have any connection to these folks. I just came on this mission because everybody else wanted to do it. So I'm still of the mindset of getting out of here. But what are your guys' thoughts?
And I said to uh, Nick and Sergey when they wanted to do this, I said, this is your show, guys. Um, I'm here because you guys are here. So um, I kind of I'm gonna let them make that decision.
Yeah. Oh
Of
shit,
course,
Sergey's gone, and
I
so
was
is
gonna say,
Nick.
of course, neither of them are. But um, I mean, I think regardless, we're gonna have to get on the road at some point. But at the same time,
Jesper
I
brought
don't
up an
think Nick
excellent
and
point.
Sergey are. Which one? He brought up a couple great
About
ones.
about yeah, the communication. I
The
again,
radio.
right. The
I mean, we don't even know if that thing had working batteries. They could have just been carrying that because, um, they it would be useful as a trade item. Um, we're
Wouldn't it
making
be
a
better
lot of
to err on
assumptions.
the? Yeah, sorry. Wouldn't it be
I
better
was
to
gonna
err
say
on the
we're
side of
making a
caution?
lot of assumptions.
we are.
I don't necessarily think um, it's a bad assumption to think that these guys are part of a larger group and that those guys know where we are now. But at the same time, if we scuttle off every time we think something's happening, um, we're going to be leaving a lot of important stuff behind that's going to be useful for us actually making it through all this. I
Good
don't
point.
think it's necessarily a bad idea for us to displace somewhere else. Um, but at the same time, we can't move this woman very far.
No, she's doctor. How long does she gotta recover before we can move her?
What do you say, Darren? Is that a medical aid or what the?
No need for roll. Like she could move, but asking her to hike through the forest or something,
Yeah,
there would be
we
rules required. Like I mean, women are incredibly strong, uh,
yeah
and if
we
they
would have
have
to
to,
carry.
Oh yeah, but I don't think anyone's questioning
yep.
the strength of a woman. I think it's
Mm,
more, she had something rip, and
Right.
mm,
Exactly.
it's
yeah.
internal
Exactly.
bleeding, and
No, you're
and
right.
we don't want to
Infection.
yeah, we're
Exactly.
not
Yeah.
we're not
I'm saying it's
unnecessarily.
possible, I guess, what I'm saying, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Very risky, and the easier the
Then,
yeah.
since I'm assuming Nick and Sergey are going to be against unassing, then I say we fortify our positions the best we can. Uh,
Amen.
I will forego the working on the radio, minimum scavenging it, to help bury the bodies. I guess me and Mike could do that if and get the kids to help us out. Kids are awesome because they're free labor, but um,
This is another thing to think of though,
sure.
is yeah, these guys had a radio, but they didn't have a map, and without a map, you're not going to be able to move any great distance without um,
And I'm
get,
thinking,
getting yourself
Mike, that they
lost.
came from the down helicopter.
That
Yeah.
would be my assumption as well. Um, we're also assuming that everybody who might still be around is, uh, in the same condition as these guys are. For all we know, the guys who um, came looking for the farmhouse were the only two guys that weren't badly injured in that crash. I mean, helicopter crashes are not generally very survivable things, especially after 5 years of war and probably not a great maintenance schedule to begin with the Soviets. So um, again, I think it's a good idea for us to assume that there could be more guys that are uh, healthy and capable of coming back, but uh, at the other end too, I don't think they're going to be very far away either.
What's the you radio guy? What's the range of the destroyed radio? What's the maximum range?
On a Prick 77, on the American Prick 77, which would, unless they went, no, they'd be still using the 77, wouldn't they?
And bidders and sing cars by this point.
Yeah, Cigars and the Vincents. Uh, that's going to be, well, if it's flat like this, 15, 20 miles if memory serves me.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're
Probably depends on the tree line and stuff too, though.
That's true too. You could set up a makeshift, a field, what they call it, a field expedient antenna,
Yep.
and of course you could get more out of it, which is just basically running antenna wire.
Into a tree. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it just depends.
Yeah. Okay,
I
but
think
yeah, these trees, these forests, they would hamper the signal, right? Or what?
it's certainly not going to help it.
No,
Um,
Isn't it?
I would say right now, we fucking drag these guys into the gutted little shack over here, lay them out there for the time being. Nobody's going to walk right across them and notice them by accident. But I think burying them right now is probably not the best use of our labor, especially we don't want to be ankle deep in muck when somebody
in a
comes off that
firefight.
tree line.
I agree.
That's fine. Hey, Darren,
hmm
I guess myself and Evan will pick up each one of these. This one right here, the closest one to us, will be real simple.
yep.
and we'll put him over in the dilapidated or the destroyed building, and then the second one will bring in. We'll walk down together using the tree line. You want us to roll a recon for the second guy?
Nope. At the moment, things are quite clear. It's very quiet. The rain's dribbling down. I did make some rolls and so on, just so you know. But you also know, as soldiers and other experiences, that sound gets dampened in this weather as well, and forests eat up sound.
Right.
I've hunted a lot and whatnot in the forest, and yeah, you'd be surprised in the way acoustics are affected by dense forest and such. So, not that I'm saying anything, but for the moment, you sense nobody's followed up, and it takes about 15, 20 minutes for you guys to grab bodies, bring them over, and the families disperse somewhat. They had this moment, and the baby's been born, and so on. The doctor, you've cleaned yourself up somewhat, and you've joined the soldiers again, and they move around in their professional manner. And we're going to kind of conclude the session now. I have to go on leave in a bit. Oh, there goes my alarm. That's hilarious.
It's midnight here in Denmark.
Yes.
So my wife is probably wondering where the hell I'm at.
I just
Just
tell her you're
deliver
watching Pornhub.
baby.
Yeah. No, I'm in Poland. Come on.
It was an emergency. Baby. I did,
But
again, thank you, everybody.
anyway, thank you. I think it's a really good idea to shore up our defenses. I mean, fortify